There we go. Hello, and welcome to Adventure on So Many Levels. We're gonna play some Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Christiana Ellis, the Dungeon Master. Tonight, our players, Mark Kilfoyle as Alaric Copperbeard,
I don't think this is going to come off.
Chooch Schubert as Autarky,
Hello.
Jenny Meltzer as Cadence of the Water,
Hello.
and James Meltzer as Ket of the Sands.
Hola.
We are missing one Starla Hutchton for tonight, but it doesn't matter because Nira decided to stay back
She made her
and
choice.
make out with Zoreth instead of come with you guys, or whatever she gets up to. We'll have to find out another night because she's not here tonight. So let's refresh everybody's memory where we left off. All of you having defeated the evil Tao Jin in the elemental plane of Earth, had escaped through a new portal to what turned out to be the Shadowfell, where Zoreth had a stronghold of sorts. You made your way there, slipping past the various shades and spectral creatures that live in the Shadowfell, if that's what you call it. And you made your way to this castle, which seems to be secure, but not particularly well stocked in the food department. So after a little bit of discussing what your plans might be and a solid night's rest, you all decided that you were going to need to make a supply run. But in and amongst all of that discussion, Jinxie decided to spill the information that when she returned to Ushbithra to pick up Nira's armor, there was a lot going on there, and in particular, the giant spirit of the Golden Plains was apparently trampling part of the city. And so it was discussed that your supply run might also include trying to find out why that's happening and maybe doing something about it. Maybe. Nira decided to stay behind with Zoreth to help him with some of his mystical preparations, but Jinxie, the mischievous shapeshifter, has accompanied you to your journey. So you have emerged from a new portal on a hillside above this city, and you have found it a little different than you left it. Namely, big swaths of it in rubble, the golden grass of these golden plains, this tall grass having emerged much further into the city, and then standing in the center of town, towering above the nearby buildings, is an enormous, rocky turtle spirit with golden grass covering its enormous shell. And as you emerged from the portal to see it, it was just standing there doing nothing. And that's where we'll pick up.
Look, I know we haven't been friends very long, but I'm going now. I'll see you later. I'm just kidding.
It's just a mountain. How bad can it be?
It's shaped like a turtle. It's like the clouds in the sky you see sometimes. It's just nothing.
Now, don't judge things by their size.
Yes, that is true.
Can we see destruction from the portal?
Yes. It has apparently, as far as you can tell, just at a glance, it's relatively easy to see a trail where this thing has essentially stomped into the center of the city, leaving rubble in its wake. But as far as you can tell, it has just done the single path. Like, it has stomped into the center of the city and stopped. Where it walked is just rubble. But everything else around it, outside a certain radius, seems intact. You're still about half a mile outside of the city, and you're kind of up on a hillside, so you can kind of look out over the city.
Is it still active? Like, is it looking around, or is it just standing like statue still?
Make a perception check.
Okay. Natural 20.
Oh yeah?
Gonna be a good game.
It is not completely motionless,
Okay.
but it's standing very sort of, it's like rooted in one spot, not literally, but just it's not moving its feet at all. And it doesn't really seem to be moving its head much, but you catch just sort of at the edge of what you can see at this distance. It's looking kind of like slightly up in the air, like it's not looking down at the city around it, and it's moving its head just in tiny little motions, like it's watching something that you can't see.
Okay.
So it seems to be, it's not inanimate, but it's also not moving anywhere right now, and it's looking at something that's not clear. It's definitely not looking down at the city, though.
From what we've been told, this thing just sort of wanders the plains and doesn't generally interact with things. People can kind of do, I don't know, wardy things to keep it away from their farms or something. It seems pretty passive, so...
I mean, it doesn't appear to be killing anybody. It's not like eating people or anything. Maybe it just, wrong place, wrong time. It just wandered into this city that was just there.
It's a mystery, says
Yeah,
Jinxie, big smile on her face.
Maybe we should try to sneak down into the city and see if we can find some survivors that maybe saw what happened, and maybe they could tell us something rather than just going up to this thing and, hey, we're going to fight you.
I mean, when you were here before, you did not encounter this thing, correct?
It was off in the distance.
Yeah, way
A
out.
long ways.
Do you know? Do people talk to it?
No.
Near Kina was more the spirit type, but I seem to recall something about them not treating spirits in that way. They don't revere them here so much as sort of know they exist, I think.
Yeah, on the kind of western part, they actively worship spirits and commune with them and that sort of thing. And here it's more of a, I don't know, nature-y thing.
Technically,
nature
you
vibe,
have
so-
that reversed, but otherwise,
Oh,
that's accurate.
yeah.
But yeah, you guys are now on the western peninsula of this U-shaped continent.
We're not from here originally, so we're still gathering our bearings. But
So we know it's somewhat possible, but
Maybe it just
Something
needs
has to have led
maybe
it
it
here.
just needs a friend.
something led it here. I think.
Maybe.
Cadence, make a survival check.
Survival 17.
It's hard to be sure because of how how long it may have been, but generally speaking, the shape of the mountains feels like it does remind you of the mountains that you can kind of see reminds you of the mountains that are north of the Lorenz Desert. The city is unfamiliar, but you vaguely feel like this is a geographical region you have been to before.
Okay,
Yes.
The people here are pretty diverse. Oh, sorry.
it's okay. Do you look around? Does this look familiar to you at all?
I mean, mountains kind of look like mountains, maybe. It's hard to tell mountains one from the other, you know?
Sometimes.
I mean, all mountains to me sometimes look alike. Not all mountains, but some mountains sometimes look alike. You know what I mean?
They look similar to me, to the mountains that we saw north of our home.
Oh, really? Oh, that is interesting.
you know this area?
It is not familiar to me now.
You can find a map maker. Maybe we'll there'd be something that looks familiar.
East of here, there's a city of giants, stone giants. I don't know if that rings a bell to you at all. They've had in the past been kind of mentors or curators or something to the city. They'd looked over it and well, they had their own problems to take care of, so they stopped doing that. I don't know if that's why this thing came into town, or whether it just followed something or smelled something. Maybe it needs to eat something.
Or maybe something is wrong.
I think we need to get down there and talk to some people, and maybe they can tell us what happened before this thing showed up. Maybe something was happening.
Yes, says Jinxie. We should absolutely go down there. I agree.
If I look around, can I orient to where this would be in relation to the city, where the portal is? I think it was on the opposite side from where Carrot and Stick's place was.
Right, yeah. So their house was like a 10-minute walk outside the city, but it was on the plains side, and you guys are kind of on the hills, mountains side. And so their house is on the other side of the city from where you are right now.
So we got a bit of a height looking down upon the city.
Yeah.
From here, can I either see their place or see the trail this thing took and see if it went through their place?
Make a perception check.
Certainly try. 20 total.
As far as you can tell, you can't make out the house from this distance, but from the general area you knew it to be, it looks like the path may have not gone directly over it, but also not too far off. So it at least doesn't look like it would have been in the direct path.
Well, that's a relief. I don't think that our friends are in danger. I mean, Carrot and Stick can take care of just about anything anyway. And unlike some of the folks in the city, they'd probably know to get the hell out of the way if they needed to. I don't think somebody in the city's going to know much, but I think we got to find out.
Jinxie.
Yeah? What's up?
What? Do you know something about this? You seem very excited, and you seem like you maybe know something about how this happened. Do you know something?
I'm excited because that thing is awesome. All I know is that when I came through earlier, everyone seems to be going, "Oh my god, there's a giant thing! It's coming in here, it's stomping up stuff." That seemed kind of exciting. That's why I'm excited. Why is it here? Pfft, I don't know.
You didn't hear anything that maybe somebody said, that maybe you overheard them talking about magic being messed up? Or...
Pretty much everyone I heard say anything about it was also really confused. Like, they did not know why it was doing that.
Hey, Jinxie, you want to help us out a little bit before we go down there?
What do you have in mind?
Well, I mean, I don't know you very well, but I saw you, I guess you can polymorph? I saw you polymorph into something else?
It's not exactly polymorph, but I have my ways.
Are you able to shift into different animals, like say a bird?
No. I can look like pretty much anything I want, but it's not what you're thinking.
Okay. I was going to suggest, polymorphing into a bird and doing a fly around and try and scope things out from above, but
that would be a great idea if we still had the white-haired lady with us.
Well, I can do it, but it takes a lot out of me to do it, and I don't think I really want to take that chance right now, because I might need that energy for something else later,
Sure.
So, I say we go down there and we try and get into the city without this thing seeing it. Does it look like people are attacking it?
As far as you can tell right now from this distance, it's like there's not a lot of activity nearby. It looks kind of deserted.
Okay.
We can also check in on Scritcher and Prague. Oh, you might... Well, I mean, I don't know if you know him or not, but Scritcher's another one like you. Tabaxi.
No,
Might know
I
something
mean,
about your land if it's somewhere near here, maybe.
Well, maybe that's a good possibility.
good possibility.
Yes.
He's
Let's.
a bit of an acquired personality taste. Same with
Do
Bob.
like him already.
do we want to go stealthily?
I think that's a good plan.
We can try.
Yeah.
Monarchy's
I
not
don't know it's
exactly-
necessary.
It's okay.
It's-
I will cast Pass Without the Trace on us, and then it will help Autarky do a little better with his
That's true.
sneaking.
So I have a question. Who exactly are you stealthing from?
Well, in case there is anything else that might be controlling this big creature,
Oh, yeah, okay.
we don't want to be found out. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
There
that
may
makes
also
sense.
be a few people that might recognize us, I suppose.
Do you guys want to
Well,
do
if-
disguises? That sounds
Yeah.
fun.
Yes.
I love disguises.
I'm not really afraid anyone here is going to recognize me, but
That's true. But you know, we could always do disguises. You can do disguises, Jinxie?
She turns into what looks like a frail old human woman with long white hair tied into braids hanging down on each side of her head and in sort of a patch-worn burlap sack dress, and just says, "Oh, I get by sometimes."
Oh my goodness, I can do that too with people. It is so fun.
I hear a lot of talking and don't see a lot of disguising, young man.
Well, I don't want to just cast disguises on everybody if they don't want it, you know? I mean, we have to, you know.
Fair enough. And she turns back to her sort of standard human woman
Right.
form.
I mean, if you guys don't want to be disguised, that's fine. I'm not worried about anybody knowing who me or Cadence are, but if you guys are on the run, I don't know what you want to do.
Not exactly like that. It's just, we had a run-in with somebody in town that didn't go well in the end.
Oh, well, maybe they're dead.
As you guys are talking, you see a lot of activity down suddenly around the. You see, like you're a ways away, so it's kind of hard to make out like what individual people are doing, but you are getting the sense that there's some activity, some movement, commotion from in the city, and then as you watch, the spirit lifts one enormous foot and takes a single step in going into the same direction. And you guys are like a half mile away, but you see a ripple when it sets its foot down. And you can see the ripple shaking out from it. And where this ripple forms, you can see the yellow grass advancing. And you can see a new ring of buildings around this thing start to shudder, and then some of the nearest ones actually collapse. And it takes its step and then stops again. And then a few seconds later, you guys can feel the tremor under your feet.
Does it look like it took the stomp, like a stomp
Wow.
deliberately, or just take a step?
It just took a step.
Oh, jeez. We better hurry.
Yeah,
That thing has
let's
to be
get
stopped.
Yeah.
down there. Cadence, do your thing.
alright, I will cast Pass Without a Trace on everyone.
I will get down on all fours and start creeping through the grass.
All right. So let's get a stealth check from everyone then, with your plus 10
Careful.
pass without a trace.
31.
So I rolled a natural one.
A natural one. Okay.
So I don't know if natural ones are auto fails. If they're
No.
not, at 23.
19.
31.
31. So I'm not considering a natural one an auto fail in this circumstance. It's not good.
I'm impressed with the rest of them. A couple of false steps before I get in a routine.
All right. So you guys start making your way down the hillside, and you're trying to kind of use the landscape to sort of try to avoid any direct line of sight with the creature. Like, I mean, you can see the creature, but you're kind of trying to avoid eye contact, I suppose. But it doesn't seem like it's really looking around at the ground. As it was before, it seems like it's looking slightly up at something, but it's not clear what. But you're making your way down, and you've made your way closer to the city, and you are getting, down there. But a few minutes after that step, you hear kind of a strange sort of sparkling sound, and then in the space, kind of perhaps 40-50 feet in front of where this spirit's enormous turtle head is, you see poofing into the air what looks to be a 30-foot tall woman with insect-like wings hovering in the air above the ground, and you'll hear this, and hopefully this will work.
Elegant greetings and benevolent salutations to the mortal creatures within sight and sound. It is the melancholy fate of most mortals to be there and gone in a cosmic instant. But it is my sincere pleasure to congratulate you on your entry into the annals of living history. Today, the citizens of this city have the most glorious privilege of taking part in a chain of events which will determine the fate of all existence, not merely here, but everywhere, from the depths of the 9 hells to the peaks of Mount Celestia. Some of your fellows have already given their lives to the spectacle of today's epic circumstance. Others among you have already heard the dawn song and know what you must do. So I speak now to those among you who are frightened or angry. I do not expect you to comprehend the full tapestry, but you do now have an opportunity to shape the course of your future. An artifact of tremendous consequence has been stolen, and it must be given to its rightful possessor so that all the planes might be saved from destruction. At present, it is being held by thieves. A wood elf named Melicanth, a high elf named Nirakina Ethu,
About those disguises?
Autarky, and a dwarf named Alaric Copperbeard. They have hidden themselves among you and used fell magics to mask their presence. Their choice of refuge is the reason that your city finds itself at such an auspicious crossroads. The rightful owner of the artifact has thus enlisted the great spirit of the Golden Plains to aid in her search. When these thieves have been turned over to the Dawn Queen's servants, the loyal heroes responsible will be rewarded with immortality and treasure beyond their fondest desires. Further, the town shall be rebuilt and will bask in the dawn's glory. Until this happens, the spirit of the Golden Plains will take one more step every hour, thus accelerating your inevitable transition to the afterlife. When the spirit has claimed your entire town for its ever-growing prairie, this window for reward will have closed, and your souls will spend their eternal afterlife with the knowledge that you did not seize the opportunity for greatness that was so graciously offered to you. So rejoice, mortals, for you have been offered a true choice. With great sympathy, Thistledew, emissary of Queen Solomonia, monarch of the rising sun.
Well, that ups the ante a bit.
About those disguises?
What the hell did you guys do?
It's more of a misunderstanding, I think, in a certain sense.
You know, there's sides to every story.
Yes.
Let us hear
Jinxie
yours.
just like turns to all of you and just goes, "I like her."
You would.
Yeah, about those disguises, Jinxie.
Oh
may or may
well,
not
I
work.
mean, I do myself.
Oh, you do yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys have any ability to disguise yourself?
I mean,
Any
not
of you?
really.
No?
Change my cloak as I need to, but that's minor.
Okay.
Thankfully, I'm not known for having this thing in town, so that's not going to stand out any more than, well, that it will.
Well, I have this thing I can do. It's called seeming. And it disguises your physical appearance, and you can be like a foot taller or a foot shorter, whatever, thin, fat, whatever you can do. It lasts for 8 hours, so it's quite a long spell. If I can make you look like something else, that's great. I
That
can do it
is
for all of us.
amazing, says
Yes.
Jinxie. That's so
Yes.
awesome. That's great.
That's pretty amazing.
I want to
actually.
see that.
Yeah, I mean, if someone were to look closely at us, it might be able to tell that we're disguised, but if we're just passing people on the street, they won't know.
Well, I'm sure that the Dawn Queen's servants are not very good at seeing through illusions. It's fine, I'm sure.
It's more for everybody else, I think. If there's actual.
No,
servants,
hey,
yeah.
I'm not trying to talk anybody out of it. That sounds amazing.
Did anybody
I'm
catch
just-
that song? Did that sound familiar to you?
On that note, first of all, once the message finished, this winged woman hovering in the air did sort of a bow and then disappeared. But I'm going to actually need each of you to make a wisdom saving throw. Now, you are all within Autarky's aura, but Alaric, I need you to make that saving throw with disadvantage, please.
All right.
So you guys
With
get a
this being
+4.
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, good. So that means I got 8.
All right.
Oh. 16.
All right.
19.
All right. Alaric?
6.
Okay. So, Ket, you and Alaric, so Alaric, you definitely heard the music, and it definitely resonated to you as like, oh, that's what Terillin was singing.
Yeah.
And it's kind of just stuck in your head. It's just catchy. And so, Ket, you just like that music that was playing while she spoke. It's just kind of stuck in your head now.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, I might have to write a song to that. I kind of dig it. It's kind of catchy.
I've heard it before, but I'm not entirely sure why it's so familiar.
Uh-huh.
I think it was a long time ago. Do you remember Autarky? They were looking for something. No, that's not it. I don't know. It seems familiar somehow, and I can't picture what.
Those builder guys.
Yeah. Anyway, we're
So,
familiar with the Queen's power.
Yeah.
is that
Literally a
what
fairy queen.
is that what it was playing? Is that called the Dawn Song? Is that what she was talking about? She says, "Those that have heard the Dawn Song, you know what you must do." Is that what?
Well, if
That
it
must
was,
be.
I don't know what I must do, so
Don't know. I know I must disguise you all. So, what do you want to look like? Do we want to just look like normal, everyday peasant villagers?
that's probably for the best. As normal as possible.
Okay. Yeah. So I will cast seeming on everybody to make us all look like just regular, average Joe citizens.
All right. That's fun.
Yeah.
So, what do each of you look like?
Let's see.
I will look like a wrinkly human, middle-aged, probably about 6 inches shorter than I am, with like bald on top and a crown of hair going around my head that kind of hangs down, tied back in a ponytail. I have just simple tunics and pants, trousers on,
All right.
bare feet.
I think technically it would be your spell that would determine what each person looks like. So you want to tell everybody else what they look like?
Share the love.
I don't
Well-
think that they don't choose, do they?
You give a new target, you choose a new illusory appearance. No, I don't choose. So I will make Cadence look like I will make Cadence look like someone who would be married to someone like me. So she will be way out of my league. She will have sharp, angular features. She will be. Her face is a bit dirty, and she's got again just simple clothes on, and her hair is cropped short like a pixie. And Alaric, you are now a foot taller than you normally are, and you are still stout. You kind of resemble a experienced blacksmith. And Archie got to do something about them horns. So those horns just transform into long, flowing, luxurious golden locks. And you are your clothes look a little bit nicer than all of ours, but still a little bit dirty. And you have a handlebar mustache.
Did you apply the spell to Jinxie too, or no?
I did not.
All right.
No, I guess I did
Yeah,
not.
no, that's fine. And she's just saying, that is really cool. Ket, I'll say it straight up. I'm impressed. That's cool.
I do what I can.
That's pretty impressive, although my head's up here. This is going to be a little weird to get used to.
Jinxie picks up a little pebble and tosses it through where it looks like your head is, but it just sails through.
Don't do that. It's going to make it really embarrassing.
Well, now if somebody shoots for your head, they'll miss.
That's always good.
You
We
know.
better get moving.
Yes,
We
let's
know
go.
if
Where-
you-
Act natural.
Where are we going? Act natural, yes.
Well, we
So
know it's in the
Jinxie
town.
kind of points out, it's like, well, technically they don't know me, so I'm just going to stay like this for now, but, I'll change it up if it seems appropriate.
Okay.
Yeah.
I looked like Nero when I went to get her armor.
Nice.
Don't look like her now.
Yeah, no, I got that.
Okay.
We do know.
So
a few
while
people
we're
in town.
walking, I would really like it if maybe you, quietly told us what this whole thing is all about. That would make me happy.
I don't think Jinxie knows the whole story. She just.
Well, I mean, autarky and.
No, I'm
alliance
on
and
board.
stuff.
I second the motion.
Yes, what is this item that you supposedly have? It's not the arm, is it?
Oh, this
No.
was a long time ago. And
Oh, okay.
technically, I'm just aiding and abetting, I guess.
Technically, yeah. The object is called the Stolen Moment,
Okay.
What is-
and one of the fairy queens created it as a lark. And a mortal, well, somebody else stole it. We didn't steal it. Somebody else stole it. But a mortal got a hold of it and used it to steal a moment of time like it never existed.
Oh.
This is going to be hard to accept, maybe, some of this stuff. And I hate to say it, but knowledge like this is going to be dangerous. We've held off telling a lot of people.
Yeah.
We like
Well-
you. We trust you.
We're in this together now, so we might as well know the story.
Jinxie, on the other hand, I don't trust as far as I can throw. But I think she knows this much anyway from Zorath.
And she's like, yeah, I've picked it up. Do have ears.
So that moment that's stolen in time, Mr. Zorath was trying to restore it at one point, and we were trying to stop him, and it kind of broke the universe a little bit and launched us in time and embedded these things in us, and that's when he was able to start opening portals and we were able to start closing portals. But that's gonna keep happening until well, essentially we're going to have to restore that point in time, and to
That's
do that
one theory.
we have to restore the Gorb thing because it's shattered and we got most of it, but there's still a lot of pieces out there. Or I'm sorry, we got to like fill it up with energy. That's right, we got to fill it up with energy, but we got these shards, so we're going to have to somehow put that back together, and then there's a lot that's going on. So
Gets a little
Zorath
bit crazy.
froze the orb thing in a gym thing, which is when we came across you. We were trying to get these handcuffs to. This is a whole other side plot to release the orb. So they want the orb. Currently, Zorath has it.
So are the orb and the stolen moment two different things?
The moment of time. Well, the orb is the stolen moment. That's like
Oh.
an artifacty thing, and the moment of time was stored within it.
Oh, okay, I see.
Don't forget to tell him what that moment of time was.
Yes,
'Cause
what
that's
is
pretty
that moment
exciting.
of time?
The summoning of a demon prince,
Lord, I think.
lord.
So you're trying to restore a moment in time where a demon prince lord was summoned to the world.
It's not clear exactly what we need to do next. That's Zorath's story. Melikantha had a different story about what should be done with it. I'm not entirely convinced she's entirely wrong.
She's
I mean,
trapped
we
in the
want-
gem with the stolen moment now, too.
True. I mean, we want to defeat it and send it back to the depths of hell,
Okay,
obviously, because it's a demon.
obviously.
But there's no way to reverse time, Like, it has happened, so it will always happen, so
That's another
we
theory.
have to restore it. Or else... And it could be really bad for the material plane here,
Right,
but if we don't, it's bad for every plane.
right.
When the thingamabob did its job, it kind of cut holes in the world. Portals like what we came through are some of the results of that. When I met them, while they were closing them, they were making them go away, not letting things from other places come through. Things have changed a bit since then.
How long ago did this happen?
About 100 years ago, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
That
just
makes
so I understand the abridged version, you are trying to restore this moment in time to when the Demon Prince Lord was summoned, and then you are going to kill the Demon Prince Lord that was summoned to save the universe.
That's one
Yeah.
theory.
Okay,
I'm not
that's
so
one.
sure I buy into that yet.
Okay, but that's
Wait a
the
minute.
that's the running theory that's going on right now, until we know otherwise.
But
In a
didn't
nutshell.
we find a book in the place where Kat and I were statues about, having a conversation with some demon lord?
Yes.
I think.
I really want to analyze
What was that book? Was that was the book that you tried to give to Onyx, right? But then you
Yeah.
got it back. It talked about defeating a
It's
demon lord.
it's literally like an instruction book on how to destroy a demon lord. Yeah,
Well,
When we are
that's pretty
done-
convenient.
I thought so.
Oh my God!
I thought so.
Have you read it yet?
No,
What is wrong with you?
I've been a little busy.
That is true. That's true. Okay, that is true. Okay, so when we are done with this turtle in here, this turtle thing, when we are done here, we need to go back there and see what's in that book.
Yeah.
But you got
So
to pick
now
up
that
with
everyone
you.
knows the story so far, are we going to fight a land turtle or what?
No.
I hope
Oh,
not.
I don't
If it
think
comes
that
to
we
that,
should
maybe.
fight it. I mean,
If anything, we'll fight the flying insect woman.
Just need to find the reverse switch on it.
or whoever, whatever it is that is controlling its impulses.
Yes, it's the
Well,
insect
that's
woman.
good too.
Yes.
I don't know if that was the insect woman or.
Okay, so now that we know what's going on and why this thing is here in the middle of the city and it's going to kill everybody unless it gets its hands on you guys and by proxy us, what are we going to do?
I think go to the path it's going towards and see if there's something leading it.
We might be able to convince the thing to stop or find out what's controlling it. These aren't the smart spirits we've dealt with before, I guess. They're a little wilder here.
But you don't think I mean, call me crazy, but you don't think that the insect woman that we saw flying in front of it is controlling it?
Well, she might be controlling it, but there might be, I don't know, maybe it's got a yoke or maybe it's under an enchantment or something that we can stop.
Okay.
I don't know if we can take on this this'll-do ourselves.
No, I don't want to fight this thing
If
myself.
she
I
can
will
control that
surely
thing.
die.
So, I'm going to say you guys have been having this conversation, walking, sneaking, stealthing, and you've made your way down kind of through the outskirts of town. And so I'm going to go ahead and transition to the map.
Uh-oh.
Really want to show off that map.
All right, so
There we go.
this map, the scale, each square is 30 feet. And these little dots are you guys.
Oh.
Yeah. And
Are they
so what
recognized?
you see here, various buildings, obviously, rubble, grass. This is the park that you had seen previously with the big stone giant statue in the middle. And then standing, looming over it right now,
Oh.
is this.
It's so
Wow.
cute. It's so cute.
Is it-
Oh, and then don't have you guys, let me get you guys actually showing up on this thing.
Need our pretty faces on there.
All right,
Alright.
so yeah, so you guys are a little ways out still, and what you can see now that having reached this distance is that there is a little bit of activity. Some of the houses that collapsed in the most recent footstep, there are some people kind of climbing out of the rubble or trying to assist others in escaping. But you can also see that it seems like most of the citizens of this city have decided that staying inside and out of trouble is the goal here. But a few people were sort of close enough and hadn't yet decided to abandon the building as being in the way. But so you get the sense that it's pretty deserted, but you do hear kind of up around, somewhere in this direction, but blocked by buildings at the moment, a sort of what sounds like a small crowd of men sort of talking amongst themselves and sort of shouting in, angry mob rabble.
I really wish Nirikina and Amethyst were here right now. This is something along more their scale. We've got a couple
they're
of
more
them.
spiritual.
Yeah.
I mean, if worse comes to worse, I could always polymorph it into a bunny. Or I could try anyway.
I don't know if you do something like that to a mountain.
Worth a shot, says
I
Jinx.
don't know. I mean, the spell, as far as I know, works on any creature. I mean, there's a chance it might fail, but it seems to. I don't know.
It might take that the wrong way, but keep that in the back pocket just
in case. Just in case. And it does last for like 1 hour, so we would have 1 hour,
Nice.
to do something.
I'm hoping this
Maybe.
thing has some sort of intelligence. If it can't be reasoned with because it's under control, if we could break that, I mean, I can offer it. I can offer it something from the spirit of my hometown, but I don't know if it would care.
So this thing it's not an animal, it's a spirit.
Yes, and just because this is something unusual about the world in which this story takes place that's not necessarily obvious to people outside of that world, spirits definitely have a physical manifestation. They're not like ghosts. They're solid, but they are essentially, rather than being a living creature, they are a physical manifestation of spiritual energy. And so basically this spirit seems to be the representation of an enormous geographic feature, which is this enormous plain of tall golden grass. And because mortal creatures think of the plains as being like a thing that's really big and notable. The spirit is really big and notable, but likely a geographic feature that is thought of as sort of, passive and banal would likely usually have that sort of a personality as well.
Okay, so you know what I said about the polymorph thing? That probably won't work.
Really? Damn.
I don't know. I mean, it's
Mechanically, it theoretically could work. It's a creature that a spell could be cast on. That doesn't mean that it will be successful. I'm just saying that it's not automatically immune.
Right. Okay. I get it. Okay. So maybe. Okay. So what do we do? Should we go try and?
We might want to try to make sure we can see it. If there is something,
It's hard to miss.
but it's hard to see the details from here. Not that I want to get too close, but if there is some sort of collar binding it or something physical we can take a look at, we'll have to be closer. Alternatively,
As you guys are kind of standing there, crossing into sort of the road in front of you here, you see what looks like it's a group of a dozen or so kind of burly men with various weapons. You'd guess that there might be, some of the many mercenaries that often make this town their home, and they're definitely looking around. When they spot you guys, they immediately point to you and they say, "Get off the street and out of our way. We're going to find those guys."
All right.
They're all yours, and I will start heading into the nearest building.
How tall is
Hope it's a tavern.
How tall is Jinxie?
Jinxie is, average, like 5'6".
Oh wait, no, doesn't have to change height. How good are you at keeping away from getting caught, Jinxie? I suspect pretty good.
Well, what do you have in mind?
Well, you've already been in town once as Nirakina.
Yeah?
If you were to make an appearance as Nirakina now, you would probably drive all of them mad and have a lot of fun having them chase.
So, like a diversion, is that the idea?
A very important one, yeah.
I am not opposed to this necessarily, but what is the intent? Just to get them to run around?
Well, it keeps us from having to worry about them, and also keeps them from getting crushed in case they're anywhere near us when whatever the hell we do does happen.
Well, to be honest, I'd kind of rather stay with you guys. I mean,
I see you're a
like,
chicken, are you?
I just don't understand what the point is. Like, who cares about those guys?
They're the ones looking for us. So I mean, if you
But they're not. I mean,
And they just walked right by us because right now you don't look like you guys. So
okay, can we put the pin in that? And if we need you to look like Nira, maybe you'll consider it.
look, if there's a purpose for this disruption or distraction or something, then sure. But just to kind of randomly put some nobodies on a wild goose chase, I don't see the point.
Okay.
It's more of a tool that I want to put in the toolbox when we need it.
I'll keep that in mind.
Jinxie, do you have any capabilities that allow you to travel very fast? Like, I don't know, maybe Dimension Door or anything cool like that? Or like Misty Step?
Well, a girl's got to have some secrets, but nothing that would be useful in this present circumstance.
Well, I'm just thinking that if it came down to it and we needed to create a diversion, you could always pretend to be Nira and then, Dimension Door far away and become yourself again.
Oh,
just to
well,
kind of
look,
give
if it
them a
comes
little-
to it, I'm going to be able to get away. Don't worry about that.
Alright.
I just don't want to let you guys run off and have the real fun while I'm screwing with losers.
True.
I don't know if a mob is necessarily the right ones to consider losers, but I get your point. It's more of a make sure that we have the tools necessary when the time comes.
I'm just here. I'm thinking, like which sounds like more fun, a bunch of drunk jerks or that thing.
It isn't just drunk jerks. Everybody's going to be desperate pretty soon.
Yeah. Well, sure.
And that means the harder challenge for you, which I'm sure you're up to, unless you're scared, of course.
It seems like you're just trying to get rid of me.
No, I mean, maybe, but how long has it been since she said in 1 hour he's going to take another step and destroy a bunch of more buildings?
You'd guess it's been about 20 minutes since.
All right, so we need to stop messing around and figure out what we're going to do before we get crushed in that next step of the turtle.
Incidentally, the distance that it moved in the step would have really been like maybe a square and a half here.
Okay.
So it's not like you guys are going to get squished on the very next step, but that's kind of how far it moved per step.
We've only got 10 hours to get closer before it comes around.
Before he reaches us. Well, I'm thinking like it shakes the ground and it destroyed a lot of buildings in a radius around it. So, I mean, every time it takes a step, it's going to create more destruction.
That fool that
That's
told
my
us to get
thought.
inside was being an idiot.
Right? Being inside is not a good place to be right now.
Okay. So
Well,
see
I mean,
what
if you're an
closer-
average rando, I mean, I don't think being outside is any serves you any better right now. But you know, hey.
Your own home
Unless you're
and
running
Need to be
really
leaving
far.
town.
Right, exactly.
Just as a brief aside, Ket, you had previously said you were going to duck inside a building. Were you actually kind of trying to do that, or?
I mean, yeah, I was going to just kind of follow along with those guys so they didn't
Oh.
suspect anything. So no, like follow along with what they
okay.
told us.
Yeah. So
Well,
I
me-
guess what I mean is if what you were doing is kind of play acting like you were going to do that, so they wouldn't be suspicious, then and then rejoining the others, that's fine. I was just trying
Yeah,
to get a sense
That's
of
what I was. Yeah, that's what I was.
if you were actually going somewhere else for some other purpose. I didn't want to ignore that. That's all.
Nope, no,
All right.
nowhere.
Yeah. Those guys didn't seem terribly interested in pursuing anything with you. They mostly were just you got the impression that they wanted to be the ones to catch the targets and get rewarded. So they didn't want anyone
Yeah.
else out looking because
You know, for all I know, it's been a few millennia since I've actually used this spell. I'm glad to see it still works. Okay,
Truth.
so
Yeah, so we definitely need to get closer, get a closer look. And,
yes,
Alright.
we need to.
So are you guys just kind of making your way up along the road here, or?
Well, let's not do a straight beeline for the thing. Let's maybe go around behind some buildings and stuff like that. So
We definitely try not to be seen, I think.
yeah,
Alright.
Yeah.
So we can just kind of say you guys kind of gradually make your way like up
Can we
around
get-
here.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
okay, yeah, that's
Alright.
about good.
And so
So
there
do-
is kind of a big fence around the park here with a big sort of open gate right here. But it's a 10-foot steel fence otherwise.
Can we as we get closer to this creature, can we see anything like something that might give off something that it's being controlled by somebody, like a strange aura around it, or
Make
just-
make another perception check.
perception? All right, come on, natural 20. Oh no, but that's all right. 17.
You don't really see anything specific, but like you can see even more clearly now, having gotten closer, that it does look like it's looking at something, but you can't tell what it would be looking at. It seems like it's just staring into space, but acting like it sees something there.
You guys, it seems to be distracted by something. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to see if I can see what it sees. I used this before when we first came into the Shadowfell, and I will cast. I don't think. No, it's not concentration.
See
I'm not-
invisibility was
Yeah,
what
I'm
you
gonna
cast before, I think.
Yeah, I'm just making sure that neither seeming nor see invisibility are concentration,
Oh.
so I don't break one of them.
Yeah.
But no, it's good. All right, so I cast see invisibility to see
Okay.
if I can anything that it's looking at.
You don't see anything in the area that it seems to be looking.
Okay. I cannot see clearly now.
Maybe we have to get closer to see what it's seeing.
Maybe. I mean, that the thing lasts for 1 hour. So, I mean, the closer we get, maybe I can see something.
This thing has existed for a long time, and so has this town. I don't think it wants to stomp this town flat. If anything, I think that it's being turned against its own will.
Yes,
I
I
think if
think
we
that.
could talk to it, we might be able to help it.
Do we,
To
do
try
we
to talk to it.
do we even know what kind of language this thing like this would speak?
With any luck.
Probably celestial or something similar.
Well, spirits are powerful. With any luck, it can figure out what we're speaking more than we can speak its language.
Yeah.
If it's even smart enough to talk.
That's true. I mean, I could always dimension door up to its ear and just say, "Hey, you."
You can do that?
I mean, I can dimension door for sure, you know. And whether or not he understands what I'm saying, I don't know.
I mean, I do still speak celestial, so
That is true. I could dimension door you with me.
that is true.
I mean, I could dimension door all of us up there if we need to be. You know.
That might not be a bad idea. I'd say it's a
Two
lot of
on the
trouble.
box.
It's not aggressive, and it's not trying
Oh, no.
to do damage harm. It's just
But we don't know what is controlling it, and if we dimension door up there and become an obvious target, then
Yes, and forgive me. It's been a while since I've actually used that spell. I can only dimension door one of you up there. Not all of us. That is my bad.
my guess is if it's somewhere near its ear, it probably has a hard time reaching there, and the rest of us can help distract it if we need to.
I mean, we could try. You don't. I'm just hoping if it does start to speak, that the insect woman flying in front of it, doesn't catch on that. Hey, maybe it's talking to something that is there.
Well, didn't she vanish when she was done her speech?
Yes, so she appeared before beginning her speech and then disappeared.
So I'm hoping she's not around all the time.
That is a good point. Yes.
Granted, if she's in front of me, I'm probably going to hit her.
Jinxie said, "Oh, well, just so you guys, I kind of thought you picked up on this. That was an illusion we saw. It's a pretty clever one. It looks like it was just set to repeat itself, so..."
Oh, maybe there's something on top of this thing projecting an illusion.
Or a magic user of some kind.
Yeah, maybe there's
That's
something riding the turtle.
then we would have to fight on the turtle's back.
Yeah, that would be so cool, right, Jinxie?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
It'd be better than fighting the turtle, that's for sure.
Yes,
Well,
I'd like
the
not-
message did mention that you guys were supposed to get turned over to her servants. So there's got to be someone who that is, right?
Yeah,
If those
that's right.
losers found you, what would they do? They'd have to bring you somewhere, right?
Right, there were people
Yeah.
that knew what to do. People had heard the
Right.
song.
Right, yeah.
Maybe we can find one of
Right.
them.
Dawn song. Dawn, da, dawn, dawn, dawn.
Yeah, that song. Pretty catchy song overall.
It is very. It grows on you. Okay, so I mean, do we want to try talking to this thing first?
I would like to try talking to it.
I think we need to know more about it, so that would probably help. And you two aren't really being hunted by it, so it shouldn't even react to you being there, other than just being another thing.
That is true. We were not mentioned by name when the insect woman said who they were hunting. So, for all she knows, we're just people that are trying to be like, hey, Mr. Turtle,
Mhm.
Careful.
I mean,
So,
I guess we're going to split the party?
Oh.
well,
You guys tell me.
I mean, they could wait by the gate so that they're not that far away.
Oh, yeah.
Try to find one of those Dawn song people in the meantime.
Yeah, you can do that.
Hmm.
Maybe
Yes.
try. Maybe you can. Maybe. Hey. Maybe you can try and capture one of these servants she spoke of, and find out how to stop it while we are trying to talk to it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I
Gee,
meant.
if there was only some way to attract the attention of the people who are looking for you.
Well, there would be if you would look like Nirakina.
Why do I? All right, fine, whatever. And suddenly she looks like Nirakina. She's just like,
Well,
see, look, it's easy. Hey, all you guys, you looking for us? This is what you wanted, right? I mean, come on.
No.
a little more subtlety than that, but
I start going around.
You do hear some shouts in the distance, like they heard that.
we need to
All right.
attract a single person, not the whole crowd, damn it.
Look,
You're drunk. Go home. Maybe that'll work.
Oh my god.
and then she shifts into what looks like a young 20-something noblewoman, a little sloppy, like dressed down over one shoulder and her hair kind of mussed. It's just, you can't tell me what to do. I'll go where I want.
Yeah.
This is why I never wanted to have kids.
Are those people that shouted? Are they coming towards us at all?
You do hear some like activity, but moving in your direction. So I think after if you guys are just staying where you are.
Well, I want to take Cadence. I mean, if we're gonna try and get up on this thing, I want to go around that building to where those trees are in between the two buildings, and maybe get closer to the gate
Kind
and
of.
see it.
So I have been in my head assuming that blue and purple is Cadence and Ket respectively.
Oh, okay. All right.
But you guys can choose your own color if you like. So if you guys are kind of, I mean, you tell me if you want to be somewhere other than where I'm putting your little circle.
Well, I want to see who's running after and see if we can pick out the person who would be the one in charge, the one that's the servant. It's one among them.
All right. So if you're kind of watching back in that direction, you do see after a moment that group does seem to kind of hurry around the corner, just like on the lookout, like there was some suspicious activity. But they see you guys, and there's just a little like, hey, what do we tell you? Get off the street. You're not going to do any good out here. Just let the professionals take care of this.
We're looking for one of the song fellows.
What?
Donzo.
The servants. We want to make sure we know where to send our catch. We make it.
The several of them kind of stop, but the leader basically just comes up and kind of just looks you in the eye where he thinks your eye is. So you're kind of like, looking at his rib cage here, but he is basically staring down your illusion face and just saying, "Look, we're going to be the ones who find him, so you don't even need to know. You get out of here before we make you."
How many of them are there?
There's a dozen. So like the leader was sort of the one who stomped up to you, but there's a good 10, 11 guys behind him. I mean, they look like just sort of, they don't seem especially tough, but they are armed.
We're still there, right?
Yep.
I think. Yeah. Okay. We just would like to know if perhaps we should see them running in the streets. Who should we call out to? If
Us.
for you to come and get them. No, but do we just yell, "Hey, us"? Like, do you have a name I can call out? Like, "Hey, Fred, they're over here."
You can call me Esteban.
Esteban. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Esteban.
Make a
Listen.
deception check.
Deception. Okay. Oh shit. That is an 11.
He rolled low.
Oh
And
yes.
he's like, "All right, well, see that you do. Because, you know what? You try to claim them yourself, you're not going to survive to turn them in."
Do I look like a fighter? I'm not a fighter. I don't want to fight anybody.
You really don't.
I want to leave it all to you, Esteban. It's all yours.
Jinxie in her drunk noblewoman guys kind of slinks up to him and says, Hey, man, if you get some of that immortality, you're going to share, right? And he's just like, maybe later. And he goes back to the rest of the group.
That was a close one.
I'm gonna remember that.
Yeah. Okay. Let's,
Okay, look, I don't know what you guys want, because obviously you're talking about wanting to bring some of them here. I just brought some of them here, and then you try to get them to go away without, like, what?
I have a
We're trying to
question.
Find the servants, not just any old villager.
Yeah, all right.
Yes. That's what I was.
It seems like you guys are doing a lot of standing around and not a lot of anything else.
All right, let's climb this fence, Cat. Or Cadence. I am Cat.
I thought there was a gate that we could walk right
Yeah, there is a gate just right here. You could also climb the fence if you want.
I mean, I just like climbing things, but hey, you know.
I know, but I mean, do you want to draw unnecessary attention to
No,
ourselves?
you're right. Let's go through the gate. You're very right.
We're just going to the park, a leisurely stroll.
Yes, through the park with the big turtle monster.
All right.
Okay.
You're all going?
Yeah.
All right.
Might as well.
Yeah. So from here, you guys are just looking up at this thing, kind of just towering above you. I mean, the just even the level of its head is, the height of a, 4-story building.
Okay. Can I tell where its ears might be?
Make a perception check.
I mean, I know what turtles look like. I don't know if giant turtles, have ears. And that's a 15.
You don't see any ears.
Okay, well, I'm going to Dimension Doris up to the side of its head where there might be ears, maybe.
So us is you and Cadence.
Yeah, me and Cadence.
All right.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Out
Remember us fondly.
All right. So as you two both appear there, Ket, make another perception check.
Okay. Oh no. That's an 11.
All right.
Boy, it sure is nice up here.
Just a nice breeze.
Ooh, it's very balmy.
Yeah. So you guys, it's very high, and you see a lot of basically what feels kind of like bare rock with kind of a gritty, sandy texture. All over the outside of it. It's a little bit like it's not super easy to like. You don't have a lot of grip. It's basically like bare rock with a layer of fine sand over it.
I'm going to very gently extend the claws in my feet. I'm going to extend them out to try and get a better grip. Does this thing react when I dig my claws into it?
No, it doesn't seem to have responded at all to what you did. To
Okay.
your appearance or your claws.
Okay.
But it also basically what it feels like beneath your feet is rock.
Okay.
Your claws don't feel like they're really doing
Right.
anything to it.
Oh, okay.
Can I use my cloak to sort of spider walk to make sure that I get like a nice sticky grip?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Okay.
Yeah, you feel like you have with your cloak, your cloak's magic assisting you. Yeah, you're nice and steady.
I need to get one of those.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, for now, you could just hold on to me.
I have this Smarty Pants headband, but that, that doesn't do anything. Okay, let's go find this thing's ear. Let's try and we'll go towards the side of its head where
Okay.
we think an ear might be, and all the while we're just going to whisper. Like I'll just whisper until I maybe get a reaction. I'll be like, "Hey, little spirit."
I'll do the same thing, but in Celestial.
how
Okay.
are you today?"
So you guys are making your way to where it seems like if it were a regular turtle, its ears
Yeah.
might be, which would even then still. And you do find what seems like kind of a sort of a geyser-like hole in the side, like in the approximate location, but at least so far it doesn't seem to have responded directly to your whispering at all. It did move its head just subtly, which was enough to kind of, briefly rock you a little bit, but not a dramatic movement, and it didn't seem to be any different than the sort of small movements it was making before. It's just when you're standing on it, it's even a small movement is startling.
So maybe this thing cannot understand us, or it is too stupid to talk.
I mean,
I don't want to yell really loud.
no. I thought about casting Speak with Animals, but it's not really an animal.
But it is a turtle. I mean, you could try it.
Yeah. But then,
I mean, we don't really have much options at this point if we're trying to talk to it. Try that. If that doesn't
Alright.
work, maybe we can look around up here for something else that might give us a clue.
alright, I will cast Speak with Animals and attempt to talk to the turtle that way.
All right. You cast the spell, and actually, what I'll say is you would know that Speak with Animals really only works with beasts, and a spirit sort of this type would not be likely to fall into
That's
that
what I
category.
thought.
So I think that you, with your experience with the spell, would make a predictive guess that it wouldn't work.
Okay.
Since we're up higher, I don't notice. I can't. I don't notice anything now with my see invisibility, do I?
You can make another perception check if you like.
Okay. Boy. That's only a 10.
Okay. I think at this point you guys are kind of looking around, and then both of you, in your heads, not with your ears, but in your heads, you hear a little voice, da 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 da. And I need Cadence to make a wisdom saving throw, and then Ket to make one with disadvantage.
Uh-oh. Oh, damn it.
17.
9.
Hey, Ket, the Dawn Queen's servants want to know where these guys are. Why aren't you telling them? Why aren't you telling the Dawn Queen's servants where their targets are? You know. Why wouldn't you tell her?
Oh my god. Is that just like like, do I have to tell them, or is that just something that I'm wondering?
You are suddenly feel like it's not like, yeah, you are charmed.
Oh crap.
Yeah.
Oh no. You know, Cadence,
What?
our friends are down there, right?
Yes. What do you mean? What are you talking about?
I mean, they're
Um,
down.
Ket, so
And-
in your voice you hear, "Oh, what a lovely surprise. Where are they exactly?"
They're.
Cadence, you
Yeah.
don't hear this. You just hear what Ket's saying.
I mean, look at them down there, Cadence. They look like just average Joes. It's hard to tell them apart from everybody else.
You know, Otterkey, we could solve this whole thing by just turning ourselves in. We could then get our cut the way all the way through, and maybe this turtle thing will be removed. We're gonna have to face the queen eventually.
Boy, oh boy, look at them down there. So beautiful.
Well, so let's briefly play out though what is happening down there while you wait. Are you guys having that conversation, or?
Yeah, that's my intent.
Sure.
And Jingchi says, "Well, I mean that does seem like the quickest way to find out what's going on."
We wouldn't have to go hunting around for one of those servants. They'd come to us. It sounds like they want us alive, so we wouldn't come to much danger. Save a lot of people here if this thing doesn't have to stomp all the way through.
Well, that's true, but... And we don't exactly know where it is,
Yeah.
for sure.
So, at this point, Cadence and Ket. So, Ket, you hear just one last bit in your voice, just saying, "The people down there in the park."
I just nod.
So suddenly you guys feel sort of, you're rocked back and forth a little bit as this enormous spirit lurches its head to the side, looks down at them, and takes like an enormous shuddering breath. And you guys down in the park are seeing this, and all of a sudden it's like a dragon would breathe fire. It just suddenly starts spraying huge boulders and debris out of its mouth down at you. And so I need Jinxie and Alaric and Otterkey all need to make a dexterity saving throw.
God, I killed my new friends.
16.
So I rolled a 1, and then when added onto my bonus, that's a 5.
All right.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so you all failed. And so let's see. Hang on, let me roll these dice for you. All right. You take 35 bludgeoning damage from this rocky debris that sort of just rains down all over you. And then this enormous winged woman appears again over the park and just says, "The bounty has been claimed. Thank you, everyone, for participating." And then looks down at the three of you in the park and just says, "Won't you come aboard? We can have the spirit do that again if you'd prefer."
You know, if we claimed the bounty, they would owe us immortality.
And the spirit reaches, like, extends one of its feet and, like, touches it down gently just so you can see that its leg now makes kind of a sort of a steep slope, but one that could be climbed up to the shell.
Do I get the reward?
Oh, you'll get everything you have coming to you, believe me. But first we have to verify, of course. And so, again, Cadence, you're still not hearing. You heard the one that just claimed that over the park, but I think you also have seen Ket doing some weird stuff here.
Did I hear him say, "Do I get the reward?"
Yeah.
Okay.
Help
me.
I don't know what to do.
Slap me!
I actually will grab onto him and be like, "What are you talking about? What are you doing?"
Jig is up. I guess we need to go head up.
She wanted to know where our
Jinxie
friends
is
were.
like standing up and just going like, "That sucked. I don't want that again."
No.
But so hey, I'm gonna follow you guys wherever you want to go. Whatever.
Can't promise it's going to be safe, that's for sure. And I'll start walking up the side, because I still have my slippers and spider climb.
All right. Yep. So it's an easy climb for you. Jinxie's going to go ahead and follow. She's going to make one athletics check. She gets a natural 20. She just hops up there like a mountain goat.
I'm gonna heal myself for 30 points.
All right.
Yeah, I guess if I'm charmed, I really can't heal anybody because I don't really consider you guys
so
allies.
what I would say is that from this perspective, not all charms are the same. So the way it works here is mostly just, it seems like the most important thing to do is whatever the Dawn Queen would want you to do.
Right. Okay.
But your friends are still your friends. It's just that you have, you know, if the Dawn Queen asks something of you, it has to take priority, is all.
Okay. Hey guys.
So I would climb up and put my hand on Alaric's shoulder and like, here we go, and do the lay on hands to give him 30 points back as well.
Oh, jeez.
Nice. I think observing that, Jinxie's going to kind of turn to you and is like, hey, you know, I got hit by a big rock too. Look at that. And she points to, and like a big bruise appears on her forehead when she points to it.
And you just
Yeah,
told
and
me
you
somebody
didn't
was
help us the last time we got the shit kicked out of us either.
You
We're
guys were
even this
doing
time.
fine. I didn't want to get in your way.
You're doing fine.
All right. See how much I help you this time, huh?
Exactly. Let's
Did it last time.
So as you guys sort of climb up aboard this sort of rocky slope here, and the grassy shell of this enormous spirit, let me get your tokens on here. So you find your way. Ket, you kind of just instinctively know where to go, and you find yourself just wandering kind of to the very center, like the highest point. Are you following Cadence? And
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
So-
Let's go this way.
just say you guys all kind of are together making your way up there.
What is even going on? I don't understand.
Ket, you, as you're making your way up there, spot the winged woman, but she is only like 3 feet tall, and she is kind of hovering in midair above the rocks right here. And as you look at her and make eye contact, she's startled, like,
Hi. It's so good to see you. What are you looking at me like that
in
for?
your head you hear, "How can you see me?"
What do you guys see her?
What are you talking to?
see who.
The woman over there. Don't you see her on the rock over there?
Great. Are you seeing things now?
I look at the rock. I don't.
You can't hear her or see her?
No.
Oh my goodness. She's like right there. She's not big. She's like 3 feet tall.
Can I use divine sense and see if I see anything?
So remind me what your divine sense is.
Actually, so it's within 60 feet. So that would have to be within 60 feet, but it I just had it up and I lost it. I always do
I guess
that.
what I'm specifically looking for is if it
Yeah,
detects Fae creatures.
Right.
A primeval awareness does, but it just
There we
detects them. It doesn't show me where they are.
Celestial fiend undead.
Yeah. So you don't detect
You.
anything of those types. But as you guys are sort of having that conversation, you hear a glass bottle shatter across the rock, and you hear a voice say, "It's about freaking time!" And you see a centaur step up to this sort of ledge. There's sort of a little rocky slope that's about a 10-foot drop there, and it's a centaur. So he's got the upper body of a human-like humanoid, wearing no shirt but elaborate tattoos, with the lower body of a horse, and he's carrying a big staff over his shoulder, and as he stands there looking at you, he reaches back to a saddlebag over his posterior and pulls out another bottle.
Who are you
You
supposed
guys
to
took
be?
forever.
You guys see that, right?
Yeah, of course we see it.
Yeah.
Just wanted to be clear.
All right, so you don't look like the right people. So what's up with that?
Who are you looking for?
He kind of just looks annoyed, drinks another gulp, and in your head, Ket, you hear the voice once again just say, "I think you'd better explain yourself."
Well, you see, what had happened was I had disguised us all to look like peasants here in the village, and it lasts for 8 hours.
Illusions, says the centaur.
Yes, but
Yeah, that's annoying. Stop it. Stop it.
Ket, what are you doing?
It lasts for 8 hours. I just cannot. It is not a concentration spell. We're going to look like this for 8 hours. Well, probably 7 hours now.
He leaps down the slope and lands kind of astoundingly gracefully for a creature of his size, and kind of just clops over, and he actually goes to where you are, Alaric, and then just goes to like poke at your face, but it goes right through.
I'm gonna dodge out of the way. So
Okay, so you dodge so that he misses. Well, so let's try that.
He's clearly drunk.
So I'll take the dodge action.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll basically have him make like a melee attack roll at disadvantage. Which is... oh, he misses by like a lot. You're not sure he would have successfully poked you even if you hadn't dodged. But he's kind of just looks annoyed.
Who the hell are you?
If you must know, I am Razorhoof, and I am also very tired of waiting for you all. So, thank you very much for coming on up here, and we're gonna just pile you into the Feywild portal. It'll all be good and easy, and that seems like a good plan to me. So, if you
What's
will
your
step
stake
on
in all
over.
this?
What?
What's your stake in all of this? Are you willingly working for those people?
What, like the Fey Queen?
Yeah.
I work for money.
So you haven't got any honor or a stake in this other than a bunch of coins.
I'm guessing that's a no.
Well then, you're not that important.
Well, important enough. So, you gonna step over this tree or what?
Well, like, are you going to make us?
Are you
I mean,
gonna
you don't
make
even-
me make you?
You don't even look like you could, tie your own hoop shoe. How are you going to make us go into this portal? I mean, you're drunk.
He's barely even standing. He's got 4 feet.
Right.
I am drunk. But that's the only true part of what you say.
Let's just shoot him in the head.
I mean, what if we killed you? Then what would happen?
Ket, in your head, you hear the voice again saying, "Your friends are being uncooperative."
Listen, guys, I think we should just listen to the drunk centaur and go with him into the tree.
What is wrong with you?
You can't hear that?
You know what? What are you even talking about?
Over on the rock, over there is the insect woman that we saw in the sky. Only she is not 30.
She actually flutters over and flutters right up kind of near you and just says,
Now she's
"They
right
can't
there.
see me. In fact,
Okay.
I'm still not clear on why you can see me. I'm invisible, but somehow you can see me, so that's weird."
She's invisible. Remember when I cast see invisibility? I can see her. She is only 3 feet tall. She is not 30 feet tall. And if you all would just open your eyes, you could see her.
Ket, you also do realize her lips are not moving when you hear her voice.
Okay, she's talking, but her lips are not moving.
All right. And I point off in the wrong direction, not knowing where she is anyway.
All right?
Look, whatever you are, we're not going with him, and we're not going with you. This is going to end badly for you.
The centaur kind of just gives you the finger and tosses the empty bottle. All right then. Blake cracks his neck. We're doing it the hard way.
Oh my
We're gonna roll initiative.
Oh my god.
Drunken Masterson.
Oh.
12 for Archie.
23.
All right. Okay. Alaric?
20 total.
Hmm.
All right. And Cadence?
9.
9.
Fine.
All right. So, Ket, you are up first, and this is all going horribly wrong. The Dawn Queen is going to be so displeased.
Okay, so I'm not charmed enough where I can't fight this thing.
Well, you know that the Dawn Queen would want you and your friends to go through the portal. She doesn't seem like she would have any particular affection for the centaur per se, but you guys are definitely breaking the rules.
Okay. So I guess I will fight it. I will, man. I will go over to it and I will just lightly touch him and I'll be like, "Hey, Centaur, you're nice and drunk," and I'll cast Bestow Curse on him.
Okay, you make a melee spell attack for that, right?
No, he's got to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Oh, okay. He makes a wisdom saving throw?
Yeah.
All right. He gets a 16.
Oh, that's my spell DC, so that fails. As my bonus action,
I think after you do that, he just he looks down, sneers down at you, and just says, "This'll do. Fix your stuff."
Okay. As my bonus action, I will inspire Cadence,
Okay.
and I will just sing to her. I will just look at her and I will sing. Making your way in Ushbithra today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from killing beholders sure would help a lot. And you now have inspiration, a D10,
Okay.
which you can add to anything, pretty much.
Excellent.
Something attacks you, you could even add that to your armor class before you know if it hits or not.
Okay.
All
And
right.
that's my turn.
Okay. Alaric.
Yeah, this guy's got on my nerves. Let's see. Well, I'm just going to draw the Dragon Tooth Dagger then.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. How do I want to do this? Yeah, I'm gonna try to move around him.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep my arc and get on the other side of him.
What? So like that?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. So I'm moving around him with the dagger. I've now subconsciously put it in my actual right hand, in the red hand, not really thinking much about it,
All right.
which is probably a bad idea. And I'm just gonna make a couple of darting in slashes to try to cut him down.
All right. Go for it.
That is a 24 to hit.
That hits.
And unless he's immune,
He's not immune to poison.
Nope, but I'm trying to remember if I have sneak attack in this situation. I think I do.
Well, I guess technically you have allies in melee. Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah.
would.
So I'll get that. And the poison, well, I'll do the regular poison. So that's 6 points of poison damage,
Okay.
as well as 13 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
So it's basically a stab in, and on the
Yeah.
way back, rape it across his body one more time,
Yeah.
hopefully.
He definitely takes that, and he does not like it at all.
And then an 11 to hit on the second hit, so I think that
11
misses.
misses, yeah.
Okay. For my bonus action,
Mm-hmm.
let's see, I can't do those yet. Oh, for the bonus action, as I'm slashing out, the little thing drops out of the bottom of the arm.
Okay. The
weapon.
activating.
Yeah, the weapon pops out of the bottom of the arm, and I kind of look at it going, huh. All right.
Okay, so it is Razorhoof's turn now, and he is pissed at you. He turns to you with this this big, nasty-looking staff, and he attacks you with it twice. Oops, let me scroll. That's an 18 and a 23.
Actually, on the 18,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm going to react with shield.
Okay. And that raises it to...
Raises it to a 21, so the second
Okay.
one still hits.
All right. So yeah, the first attack clangs and sparks off of your arcane shield, but the second one pierces through it and does 9 bludgeoning damage. And then he kind of whirls in place and strikes out with his rear hooves twice. That's only a 12 with one of them. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. That should be 15.
That's still a miss.
Okay, 15, and then the other one is that's another 23.
Damn.
So that's another 6 bludgeoning damage. And then also you realize that the strike has knocked you just off balance enough that you are not able to respond as he moves away and races up around here. And so no one is able to take opportunity attacks against him. And he races up to the top of this little ledge here. And that's his turn. Okay, Archie, you're up.
That blows my plan. I think if I'm gonna move anywhere. I guess I would move. I guess I don't really need to move. So, if he, did that, then I'm gonna pull out my bow and attack him. Because
All right.
why not?
Why not, indeed?
Oh, and I got a 1.
A 1 doesn't hit.
Try again. 26.
That hits.
So let's see. 8 points of damage.
Okay.
Piercing damage. And no, I want to check. It's one of my new. I'm pretty sure it's just my improved divine sight. Yeah, that's only hitting with melee weapons,
Yeah.
so doesn't do anything with this. And I don't really have a bonus action that's helpful, so
All right. So you're going to stay where you are? Not move?
yeah.
Okay. All right, hang on, I'm going to switch headphones here real quick. That's better. I had my...
It's actually, I think I would move in front of Cadence
Okay.
because I am armored.
All right. Like that?
Yeah.
All right.
So if this thing's going to charge this way, I want to be able to block.
Okay. Cadence, it is now your turn.
Do I have any idea at all that Cat is charmed?
I think you can reasonably make that conclusion. He's acting super weird.
I'm going to use my action to cast Protection from Evil and Good to protect him against Fae.
Okay. And so I think that does it let him make a new saving throw against Charm?
I'm not sure. It just says if
Has
the target is
advantage on the
already
next
charmed,
saving
Okay.
on his next saving throw against the relevant effect.
All right. So next time you get to make a saving throw, you'll get
Okay.
advantage.
But
Yes.
the Fae also have disadvantage on attack rolls against him.
Okay.
So
All right.
And that is all I can do because I did not attack.
Okay. So it is now, all of you. I basically, first of all, you can all make a perception check.
Yay.
14.
Ooh.
Natural one.
9.
Was that
Can all
Max
not
was 15? Did I hear a 15? Or is it? Did anyone get 15? No.
No.
Okay.
Sorry. Yes, I did get 15.
Okay. So.
Oh no, sorry, 14. I only got 14.
Okay, nope, never mind. So what you guys definitely noticed, though, is that the entire shell that you're standing on suddenly lurches to the side, and I need all of you to make a dexterity saving throw to avoid being knocked prone.
Oof.
Do my boots of slippers
Yes.
of slider climb?
In fact, I think for both Alaric and Cadence, if you guys, how about this? Because you didn't know to have it engaged necessarily, I will still give you advantage on this saving throw, and then you won't have to make future saving throws now that you know this is a possibility. But everyone else regular.
I got
You get my +4 too
Yeah.
as well. Though.
Yeah, everyone who's within 10 feet of Archie gets this saving throw bonus.
So +4.
27.
Alright, so
25.
23.
10.
Archie is knocked prone.
Oh, no.
He is, he's the only one.
You were the last bastion between me and that guy.
Oh no, actually, Jinxie is also knocked prone. Just as this shell that is acting as your ground right now lurches and knocks you down. Okay, it is now Jinxie's turn, and she is going to saunter around behind these rocks and duck down.
Are we back to regular space?
Yes, this is regular scale.
Okay.
So, okay, and then it is the fairy's turn. And first thing that she's going to do is turn directly to you, Ket, and just say, I think you need to convince your friends that they should be helping and stop fighting us. We're just trying to help you. And then she is also going to, let's see. She's going to swing around and I think, yeah, she's just going to attack Archie from behind. And as soon as she does this, she appears and is no longer invisible.
Mm-hmm.
That's
She
what
does
I
make these 2 attacks against Archie.
Now you see
That's
her.
a 22. I don't remember what your
Oh,
AC
sorry,
is
yes.
anymore. Yeah. Okay.
18 right now.
And that's going to be 7 bludgeoning damage and 13 necrotic damage. And also, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 7.
7 is a fail. So right now, your hit point maximum has been reduced by, how many did I say for the necrotic? I think you said 13?
Yeah.
Yeah. So your hit point maximum is now 13 lower. For the time being, anyway. She's
Gotcha.
going to make a second attack of that type. That one is just an 18 to hit, though.
Miss.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry. No, 18 makes it. Yeah.
Okay, 18 does hit. So that's going to be then another 5 bludgeoning damage, and ooh, that's some high dice rolls there. Another 15 necrotic damage and another Constitution saving throw.
Oh, wow.
I'm trying to figure out how to do my
Well, I think you can.
Like,
You might just need to
Max.
like make a note of it.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Actually, if you click on max or anywhere else, there's a max HP modifier you can
Oh,
set.
there you go. Yeah.
There we go. Okay. Oops. Got a negative there. Okay.
All right. So
Throw natural 20 that time.
okay, so no maximum reduction this time, but you still take the original like that
Right.
damage. And then she is going to attempt to fly away over towards this tree, but you can make an opportunity attack if you like.
Yeah, let me check one thing. So those were melee attacks?
That she made against you, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Because I had taken a
Oh yeah, you have that feat. The,
Mage Slayer feat. So with so that's casting a spell.
Yeah, those were melee attacks, not a
Reaction.
spell that she made.
Although
against you.
so when I was damaged though, I could have done my
the flames of it's like a hellish rebuke,
Right.
right?
the Hellish
Yeah.
Rebuke,
Okay.
right?
Yeah,
exactly.
you could do that.
And,
She makes a dexterity saving throw, I think.
Let me trying to find that now. Jeez, I don't know why I cannot find this stuff today.
It should be in like class feats.
Under actions and then reactions.
It should be reactions, yeah.
Reactions. Oh right, reactions. There we go. There it is. Dex saving throw.
Yeah. Okay. So she gets a 18 saving throw.
Which does make it.
Does she still take half though?
Yes.
All right. So she takes half of what?
Of 20 points. Nice.
Yeah. So
3d10.
as she reaches out and taps you with these little life-sucking touches, suddenly flame flickers across your skin and over her, and she screams and does flee. So are you going to make your opportunity attack?
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right.
With the sword. 26.
That does hit. Yeah.
Yay. And now this one I know. Does my 1d8. Oh. 4 points of damage.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, and so she flies over to like this tree right there. Okay.
Alright.
That makes it the tree's turn. You guys basically see part of what was sort of looked like just the trunk and the branches of the tree kind of sit up and start looking like sort of a humanoid tree person. And it
Who's
sort
the
of
one?
moans at you. And then it's gonna come over and it's gonna stomp over in your direction, Alaric, and make some attacks.
Now the trees are alive. The sound of music.
That's only a 14 for the first one.
It's a miss.
16.
It's a miss.
Oh, and then a 15. So, and you still have your shield up until your until the Razor Hoof's next turn, right? Because that was when you used it.
I think it's until the beginning of my turn, actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. So yeah, it basically this 10-foot tall tree person comes and just like slams at you with enormous branch-like hands, but you're able to duck and weave out of the way, and its branch-like finger claws scrape across your arcane shield.
What the hell? Can't even trust trees these days.
Yeah. All right, Ket, you're up, and remember, you were just ordered to help get your friends through the portal and to stop fighting them. Before, it was one thing when you hadn't been given a direct order, but...
Yeah. I will. Where's Cadence? Oh, right next to me.
Right
I
next
will.
to you.
I guess I will just have to use my action to. I will just grab onto Cadence and just be like, stop fighting it. We have to go through this to the portal, and I'll just like start dragging her towards
Okay.
the.
Are you going to resist that, Cadence?
Yes.
All right, so make a grapple attack then. So it'd be athletics for you, Ket, and then you can resist with athletics or acrobatics, Cadence.
10 for my athletics.
Okay.
6, 20, not natural.
Okay, so you attempt to grab her to pull her across, but she jumps out of your way.
No, we have to stop this and go in the portal. What are you doing? Don't fight her. She's our friend.
She's not our friend. You need to snap out of it.
All right, Alaric, you're up.
And trees are now attacking.
When do I get to make a saving throw?
Not yet.
Okay.
Well, the tree stepped up for the next round of action, so I guess I'm going after the tree. So it looks like a tree humanoid?
Yeah, so it's basically like a 10-foot tall humanoid shape, but its skin is bark, its hair is leaves, it's gnarled and woody.
Weird. Well, it struck me first, so I have all rights to just snap at it.
Technically, it didn't, but it tried to.
Well, it tried to.
You have the moral high ground for sure.
Yeah. So I will stab at thee with my dragon tooth dagger. Actually, you know what? I'm going to start circling around it again.
Okay.
Just kind of where that notch is out of it. That's where I'm going to be standing.
Right, like
I'm
that.
still close to it, yeah. And I'm kind of working my way towards the centaur, but it's a very slow
Okay.
route. So I'll take my stab at it. Oop. That is a 26 to hit.
That hits, yeah.
And because I'm within range of it and no one else is, I get my sneak attack.
Yes. Remind me if the dragon tooth dagger is magical piercing or no.
Yes. Well, I believe we called it magical because it does do the additional poison.
It is the +1 or no? I can't remember. It's kind of naturally poisoned, but I don't. If it doesn't say that it's magical damage, it's
It is a
not.
+1 to bonus to attack and damage rolls.
Then it is magical. Yeah. All right. So yes, it's magical.
All right. So the regular damage. Ooh, that's good. That is 19 points of regular damage, and then an additional 1 point of poison.
Okay. You don't look like the poison doesn't look like it has any added effect.
All right. Well,
But
again, it's the
you
trick.
definitely carved a gouge into its woody flesh, and you see sap dripping out.
Time to carve the other part of A into its hide. Then that is only a 16 to hit.
All right. 16 does miss. It just scrapes
Okay.
along its barky exterior.
And then I get a weird feeling, and I kind of agree with it. And the arm fires as my arm pulls back. That's my bonus action.
All right.
And that is a 22 to hit
22 hits.
for 12 points of
right.
fire damage, I think, isn't it?
Well, if it's fire damage is one of the damage types available to you.
Oh, that's right. I haven't changed it, so it would still
Yeah.
be fire.
Yep.
I haven't quite figured that part out yet.
Yeah. So you send out a fiery blast against it, and it scorches part of the bark, leaves it smoldering a little bit,
Huh.
and it roars like whoa!
Ah, yeah.
All right. That was Alaric's turn, so it is Razorhoof's turn, and he looks down at all of you, swaying a little bit, and just says, "Could have done it the easy way." And then he's going to hop down to here for you, Archie, and he's going to unload a round of attacks on you. First 2 strikes with his staff. That's just a 3, so technically an 11, but probably doesn't hit.
Miss.
And then that's only a 15, so he misses you both times. I think you deflect his staff strikes, but then, as he did before, in a very agile but sort of startling way, he kind of reels around and goes to kick at you with his hind legs. And that is a 13. He's getting some bad rolls this round. That'll do it. That's a 26.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That is still only... that's still 12 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And then he is racing away again, and you found that you were just off balance enough that you were not able to get in a swing at him as he's racing away. And hops up here again. All right. Archie, it is your turn now.
I don't like that guy, but I really don't like the fairy lady messing with heads. So I'm going to turn and charge
All right.
at her.
I think if you go right here, you are not leaving. You are in melee range from the tree, but not leaving it, so
Gotcha.
no opportunity attack, but vulnerable next time on its...
Gotcha.
I love D&D. We're only afraid is like you don't get an opportunity attack from the tree as you move by.
Oh, technically you were prone also, so technically... Okay,
Oh.
you know what?
Well,
We'll leave it, but the centaur should have had advantage against you.
I realized that actually with my Relentless Avenger feat,
Mm-hmm.
that when I had hit with the opportunity attack against her,
Okay.
I'm allowed to immediately use my full movement.
Ah. Well,
So I
how
could
about
use-
this?
could have
We'll
used that
balance
half
out that you
to-
didn't do that, but we're
Right.
and we'll say it's straight now, but we want to try to all remember how that works. But yeah, so okay, you've raced now. You have come up
Right.
to where she is, and she is looking alarmed.
And yeah, back to board and sword. A natural 20.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, that hits.
So, first attack. Long sword of righteous vengeance. Does a 9 and 11. 15 points of slashing damage. And I will juice it up with... which one? There's so many spikes.
She's just a little thing.
Yeah.
Smite himself.
I don't trust that.
Do the one that causes her to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Actually, yeah, I do have something for that. So I'm going to do is the Wrathful Smite,
Okay.
which is going to do psychic damage.
Does she make a saving throw or no?
Oh yes, Wisdom saving throw.
All right.
DC 16.
Okay. Yeah, she got a 19.
Okay, so actually, she takes damage, which
Okay.
is 8 points of psychic damage, but she is not frightened, which she may have
Okay.
been immune to. But-
She is alarmed for sure, and does not like you up in her face like this at all. You get the
And-
sense that this is not how she likes to operate usually.
Ah, nice. With the Mage Slayer, she has disadvantage on a concentration spell if she's using any.
She's not currently concentrating.
Oh, it's charm, so it's not concentration. Okay, right. Okay, so second attack is 24,
All right.
and that is a regular old 10 points of slashing.
Okay. She is pretty hurt. She is not feeling good right now. She's pretty rough.
Good.
All right. That's the end of your turn?
Yes.
Great. Okay, Cadence, you're up.
Bonus action lightning arrow.
Yeah?
I'm going to call out Archie Duck. And I'm going to fire my lightning arrow at the fairy with using sharpshooter.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that is a 4. Sorry, I had like 2 different things I'm trying to look at.
A 4 doesn't hit.
No, it was a 24. So
Oh, but so lightning arrow though, is that like a regular attack, or is it like the lightning bolt spell?
it's the lightning arrow. I had to go back to my other thing.
Okay.
It is
Starla's in the chat.
I know.
Snap her a
So
little
you make
bit.
your attack roll as normal, and then
Okay.
the target takes 4d8 lightning damage on a hit,
Okay.
or half as much damage on a miss.
All right.
So either way, she takes damage.
Okay. Well, did what was the roll?
It was a 24.
Well, that's a hit.
That's minus 10 though, so it's
No,
only
it's
14.
24.
isn't it?
Oh, 14.
No, it's
Actually
minus
still
5.
hits.
Oh, it's minus 5, so 19.
Okay, well that hits definitely. Yeah.
Okay, so that is.
Yeah, sharpshooter's minus 5.
I
to
thought
the
it was
attack.
minus.
No, it's a plus 10 to your damage.
Okay, so that's 12, 14. So
Well,
that's 19 lightning.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna say is that like this is overkill at this point. She did not
Okay.
need to take that much damage. She is
All right.
just like struck by this arrow, and you basically just see like this little trail of smoke, just like this little curve of smoke going down to the ground of just like, you know, she has left a little trail of smoldering smoke and does not get up.
And then I'm going to use my my little teleporty thing that lets me do 3 attacks.
Okay. Go ahead and do those.
Okay, so the first one is gonna be at the centaur,
All right.
and that is a 17.
17, I think, does hit. Yes.
Okay, so that is 7 points of damage,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna teleport again and.
Where
shoot
did
the
you
tree.
teleport? Where did you teleport?
Just like 10 feet.
All right. So
Oh,
like,
yeah, like right there.
okay.
And then I'll shoot the tree.
All right.
And that is 20, not natural.
That does hit.
And that is 9 points of damage.
All right. The tree's still doing pretty good. Razorhoof's taking some beating, but
I
still
don't know what to
doing
do about
okay.
the tree. I'm kind of stumped.
So Ket, you can make a saving throw with advantage.
With advantage, yes. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's better. That's better. That is a 16.
16. You get the sense that like it is eased somewhat. You no longer feel the need to follow a specific order, but that music's still in your head.
Okay. But I'm not trying to get my friends to the portal. I can attack like I would. I'm
Yes. When it's your turn. Yeah.
I cast Big B's hand. I cast Big B's hand.
Well, when it's your turn. It's not yet.
Oh yes, when it's my turn. That's right.
So what I need everyone to do right now, though, is to make another dexterity saving throw. And I think Alaric make a perception check.
Do Alaric and I still have to make them, even though you said last time because of our.
So there's a couple of things happening. Perception. So first, dexterity saving throw, except for Alaric and Cadence, because you have your sticky boots engaged.
Archie got a 12.
All right. And then Ket.
13.
Okay, both of you are knocked prone.
Oh.
As the ground lurches under you again. So Alaric, make your perception check.
24.
24. You noticed that both the tree and Razorhoof braced themselves just before that happened. Like they knew it was gonna.
Oh, I see. Okay. Oh.
Okay. It is Jinxie's turn. And you guys don't really see where she went, but what you do see climbing to the top of the rocks up here is Nira in her armor, standing up and looking all heroic and just saying, "I have come because I got tired of kissing Zorath."
I have mixed feelings about that announcement.
Okay, that is what has just happened. It is not. The fairy doesn't get a turn anymore because she's dead. But it is the tree's turn, and the tree is going to make another attack against you, Alaric. First, where is it? There we go. I have too many tabs open. Okay. It's another low roll. That's a 12. That is a 28.
28 hits.
All right. So that is going to be. It's going to be 18 bludgeoning damage, and you are grappled by this thing's branches. While it's got you grappled, it uses its other arm to make a swipe at you, Archie. And that's a 22 to hit.
It's.
And that's going to be 12 bludgeoning damage, and you are also grappled. But then, Alaric, it starts drawing you to it, and you see a hollow opening up in its enormous, like, wooden belly, and it basically pulls you inside a new hollow and then seals over you. And so, everyone else, you have just seen this thing essentially absorb Alaric. And Alaric, you are now restrained, blinded, and stuck in a giant tree, apparently.
Oh, this
All
is
right.
going great.
Yeah, so basically... All right. That is the tree's turn. Cat, you're up.
I cast Big B's hand. Big
So are you
B's
guys
hand.
stand
Big
up?
B's hand. Yes, I'm going to stand up.
All right.
I'm going to cast Big B's hand.
I made a hand token already. Do I still have it?
Yeah, we did.
No, last time she drew it.
Yeah.
But I drew one last time, so do I still have the one that I drew, or I could do another? I'm going to draw another. Where is it showing up?
Right by right by the tree, because I'm going to punch the tree with it, or I'm going to attempt to. I need to make a spell attack. So that is going to be a 18.
All right. An 18 hits.
All right, so that is going to take 8.
Prince Justin says, "I hope Ket is not barking up the wrong tree with this spell."
Takes 24 points of damage.
Okay, that's gonna be... Okay, kaboom! And it sort of knocked back.
And then, as my bonus action, I will inspire... Can Alaric hear me inside the tree?
Do you need to be able to see the person you're giving inspiration to?
That is a good question. Let me look. Once within the creature, you can inspire them.
Yes, he can hear you, but if you need to, so check to see.
Yeah, it's just someone who can hear me.
Okay, yeah, he can hear you.
Okay. So I will just whisper, I will sing to the tree. I will place my lips against the bark of the tree, and I will sing to Alaric to inspire him. Thank you for being a friend, traveling to Ushbithra and back again. Your heart is true, you're a pal, and I don't want you to die.
Nice.
All right, so you have inspiration,
I
Alaric.
have a D10 inspiration to add to pretty much anything.
And it's combat inspiration, which is cool because so it's like you could add that to your AC or to a damage roll or all sorts of things. That's a neat feature. Okay, that's Ket's turn. Alaric, it is your turn. You are currently blinded and restrained within this sort of woody hollow inside this thing. You are restrained, which means attacks against it would have disadvantage, but you could still do that.
I'm also blinded, which means attack rolls have disadvantage. So yay! I can't see anything. Well, does that spell work? I mean, there's a case. I still didn't actually take that spell off my list. Technically, I could use that spell, but it's not going to work in this case. It's too long.
Getting lots of good tree puns in the chat. If you guys are not watching live and you're missing out on all the great Twitch chat puns.
I would, but I'm
It's
blind.
time to get to the root of the problem, says Starla.
I'm just gonna have to cut my way out of here because I'm not strong. Well, actually, I'm fairly strong. I will try to muscle my way out, I guess.
So what I'll tell you right now is you are enveloped by this thing. It is not just breaking free of a grapple.
Okay, all right. Well, then I'm gonna kind of like lean up a little bit and kind of try to stab into the thing.
All right. Make your attack roll. So it is at disadvantage, but you also have inspiration.
Yeah, the first one is a 12.
12 misses.
Okay. Second attempt to kind of scrape my way out is a 17.
17 does miss, but it's closer.
And then what the hell? Actually, I kind of feel out the arm and go. No, actually, no, I have to use an action for that. Screw it, fire.
All right. All right. Go ahead and roll that attack.
Oh, that's not very good. No, that's 16.
Remember, you do have the inspiration.
Actually, it's right. I do have the inspiration. I'll roll the inspiration. That's not the die I wanted. I had somehow picked up the
D10?
different one. It was D12 somehow. The D10 is a 7 more, so that is 23.
That hits.
Okay. Do some damage.
And it is engaged outside of itself, so you do
get my
get
sneak
sneak
attack?
attack. Yep.
Yeah, it's a ranged weapon. So.
Oh, wait. But when you have disadvantage, can you get sneak attack? When you
No,
have
no, we cannot.
Okay, sorry.
So the maxed out sneak attack damage does not count, which is kind of annoying. So that is 6 points of fire.
All
and I get a
right.
brief glimpse into where the hell I am.
Yes. In a bad spot is where you are.
Yeah, I can tell you that.
Yeah. You don't like being in this tree.
So the moral of the story is this is what not to do.
Yeah. All right. That is Alaric's turn. It is Razorhoof's turn. And he is going to point down at you, Cadence, and say, I hated her, but that's not cool. And he's going to leap down at you and unload his attacks on you.
Can I roll my inspiration dice for my
For your ace.
my armor class? Yeah.
I think you can do it against one attack, but not all
Mhm,
around.
just
Is that
one.
right?
Yep.
Yeah, just one attack.
Okay. So his first attack is 13,
That's a miss.
and then a 19.
That would hit, but I would like to roll my dice.
All right.
So my armor class is now 25.
Okay. All right. So that second one misses as a result of the inspiration. You have just the moment you remember that song, it gives you just that extra edge to duck under that thing as it's swinging down there. And then I think, let's see. he's gonna hit, turn around and do his thing where he's swinging around to hit you with his hooves, and that's gonna be a 26,
Oh yeah, that hits.
and that's 11 bludgeoning damage. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. And you are
17.
out of the range of the aura. So, but a 17 is a success. So you find yourself briefly tingling all over, like your muscles were going to seize up, but you're able to resist it. And then he's going to hit you with a hoof one more time, but that's a critical miss. No, it's not. It's a 7, but it still misses. But then he races away again. All right. That is his turn. Archie, you're up. This thing just enveloped Alaric.
Yeah, I'm gonna hack
And then
at
it
that
burped
tree.
smoke for some reason.
Didn't he grab Archie too? Didn't he grab Archie too?
So Archie is grappled.
Oh, that's right.
Not
That's right. I
enveloped.
forgot.
Okay.
Grappled. So I will try to break the grapple.
All right. So that's athletics or acrobatics.
Athletics. 27.
So you are able to wrest yourself free from its branchy grip. But that is your action to do so.
That is my action. That is my action. My
Alright.
bonus action. I will go ahead and cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Okay.
Boost my AC by 2.
All right. You do that. Cadence, you're up.
I'm going to fire up the hill at that guy.
All right.
That is a 26.
Okay. That is a hit.
And that is 14 points of damage.
All right. So hang on, because he can do a thing that I forgot to have him do when Archie fired arrows at him before. 6. He catches your arrow, and then whips it back at you.
Okay.
Yancy.
He only gets a 12 when he throws it back, though.
He misses, and I laugh at him, and I shoot at him again.
All right.
And that is a 16.
A 16 is just hits,
Okay.
and he's not able to catch it a second time.
And that is 9.
All right. Okay. That's your turn.
Yep.
All right. All right, everyone. It is time to have the shell sort of lurch again. And so that's another dexterity saving throw for Ket and Alaric, or Archie rather. Alaric, you feel briefly. Alaric, you feel briefly rocked in this tree's embrace.
12.
All right.
Back down.
Yep. Ket?
23.
23. Yeah, you are able to keep your feet. All right. Okay. At this point, up here, Nira puts her hands on her hips and says, "Really? Nothing? I thought this was pretty good." And then the tree. It is the tree's turn, and first, Alaric, within its, sort of, you feel like spines starting to extrude from within, and you're going to take 15 piercing damage, and, oh, this isn't going to be good.
Hope you're into Iron Maiden.
I'm in one now.
3,
You know what this is? A real press board.
And then 19 poison damage, but I believe you're resistant to poisons.
Damn.
Yeah. So it would be 9 poison damage. But then also, its attention drawn to, Nira up there. It's actually going to start moving off in that direction. But that is an opportunity attack with disadvantage from Archie because you're prone.
Right.
And then I don't know if the hand gets opportunity attacks.
That's a good question.
13.
13 is a miss. You're able to just, slash your sword, just sort of scraping it along the bark. So, if you don't know for sure that the hand gets one, it doesn't get one.
Yeah, it does not get one.
Okay, good. Well, for me.
Yeah, for you, yeah.
Yeah. So it is actually going to stomp up here, and then, trying to slam at Nira, but its branch goes right through her, and then it just turns back around, starts coming back down this way, but doesn't. It only gets that far. All right. That's the tree's turn. Ket.
All right. I will use I'll move 25 feet and get right up beside the tree.
Okay.
And
So
then
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep.
I will make 2 attacks with my 9 live stealer rapier, and my bonus attack I'll use Bigby's hand to punch it.
Okay.
But first attack with the rapier is going to be a 19 plus 9, so 28.
That hits.
And that's going to be 7, 8, 9, 12 points of damage on the first hit.
Okay.
And the second attack is a 14 plus 9, so 23.
That hits.
And that's going to be 13 points of damage.
Okay.
And then Bigby's hand, I got to roll a spell attack. So that is going to be 13 to hit.
13 misses.
Yeah. All right. So Bigby's hand misses.
It's out of breath by the time it gets up to the tree.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. Bigby's hand was my bonus action, so that's all I can do.
Okay. That is your turn. Alaric, you're still in this tree.
Yep, but now I've got a plan. I wriggle down and kind of reach into my backpack and extract the portable hole. And I unroll it on the wall.
All right.
And then for my move, I crawl into the portable hole.
All
No
right.
longer restrained.
Yeah. That is what happens. You I'm going to say it takes your action to do that. But you do find yourself suddenly no longer restrained. You are in the comfy recess created by this portable hole. Just to clarify, anyone who doesn't know how this particular magic item works, it is not a hole that allows him to now leave the tree. It is its own little pocket. And so that he is inside now with the opening of it on the inside of the tree.
Yep.
But
And I'm kind of
no
crawling
longer
into the
restrained, though.
And then I'm going to use my action surge.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. Let me see. Where did that thing go? And then I'm going to attack it.
Okay.
Attack, and bonus.
All right.
That is a 26 to hit.
Yeah, and I think actually you get advantage on all these attacks because essentially there's almost no way to not hit something on it.
Then that's a 27 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
And that's sneak attack.
Yep.
Okay.
It did not expect this.
That's 15 points of piercing
All right.
and 3 points of poison.
No poison damage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's immune to poison.
Okay, I'll roll it then. And that 20 on the second one.
Nice.
If only that had done the first, because I would have doubled my
Sneak attack.
my sneak attack. But who knows? That's 13 points of piercing.
Okay.
And then the bonus, the arm cannon goes off. And that is a 27 to hit.
That hits.
And that's max damage. 13 points of fire.
All right. Yeah, so I think the rest of you saw this tree looking a little bloated with Alaric inside, and then suddenly looking not bloated anymore, looking really confused, and then like we're jerking around like it's being hurt from the inside. And in fact, actually, it's going to make a Constitution saving throw. You did enough damage to it, and it rolled low. I think. So this is complicated. It would have had to expel you, but I think what's going to happen here is that it's
got the dry heaves.
Yeah, I think that I think we're going to imagine the weird circumstance that half of the portable hole is sticking out of this opening in the tree, and the other half of it is still inside the tree.
Which half of Alaric is sticking out of the tree?
So I think Alaric is still in the hole. So what the rest of you see is sort of a weird optical effect of what looks like the end of like a sheet or something sticking out. But occasionally when it flaps just the right way, you see Alaric in it.
And
I don't know what the hell.
Because it is your game, it is perfect that someone has mentioned that I found the danger hole.
It was certainly dangerous for the tree. That's for sure. Okay, that is Alaric's turn. Razorhoof's turn. He noticed the tree failing to have any effect on the illusion Nira, so I think he's figured out what's going on there. And he doesn't like you shooting arrows at him, Cadence, but he is also... He's taken a moment to think here, and then you see him gallop, and this tree is kind of rooted up sideways a little bit, and he's actually gonna, I think, pause right here, and then you see him kind of get a little bit of a drunk stupor on his face, and he's like just standing there swaying a little bit. All right, Archie, you're up. Something weird is happening with the tree, but you don't really see. It's not clear what's happening with Alaric right now.
Right.
Is it ever?
I'm gonna use Abjure Enemy.
Okay.
And
let me shift this down so you guys can see where Razorhoof is.
Yeah. So at the centaur boy.
All right.
So he would make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Or be what is the effect? Frightened.
All right. He gets a 9.
Which does not save.
So what effect does
Failed
this
save. The creature is frightened for 1 minute or until it takes damage. While frightened, speed is 0. Cannot benefit from any bonus to its speed.
Oh man.
So it's basically just rooted in place.
Okay.
Like mental grappling.
Yeah. Well, shoot, that messes me up more than I expected.
Good.
He's frightened?
Yeah.
Oh, usually
scared of trees.
Well, but it's like specifically frightened, like you can have the frightened condition, but this frightened also reduces your speed to 0. So you cannot move away.
Gotcha, okay.
Petrified.
Yeah.
Alright.
There's...
So much for going back to the Feywild.
Oh, yeah, okay. Alright. Okay, so... That is Archie's turn? Is it your action
all right,
to
so
do
that was a bonus action.
Oh, okay.
So I have to use half my movement to stand up because I was prone.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to put a pin in him and charge over towards this tree business.
All right. So I think you can't quite get into melee range with it.
Okay.
Not with only 15 feet left.
Well, hi, Archie.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah.
So you have actually entered its melee range, but not your melee range.
Gotcha.
It has long, branchy arms. All right.
Of course it does.
Okay.
Next.
That's Archie's turn. Cadence, you're up.
I can see Razorhoof, right?
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna step left like 5 feet so that nobody else is in my shot.
Yep.
Bonus action, lightning arrow.
Okay.
Sure.
Make your attack roll with disadvantage because he is currently in a patient defense.
Okay. That is a 17.
17 still hits. He's gonna use
So
his
that
reaction
is.
now.
What happened? Oh, there. That is 20, 23 lightning.
So
And-
he catches it and still takes a little bit of shock damage, but he reduces it almost to 0.
There was still more because that was just the lightning because
okay.
I still had to do my regular.
All right.
That is also 12, so
Okay.
35 total.
All right. Yeah. He reduces that. Yeah. He's looking pretty bad.
And then I'm going to take my second shot at him.
Okay.
Is that also at disadvantage?
Yes.
Or okay. So that is a 22.
A 22 does hit. So with disadvantages of 22, that hits.
Yeah, I rolled like a 14 and a 16, and my thing's +8. So.
All right.
And that is 12 points of damage.
Okay. He's not quite down. But he's looking pretty bad. Okay. Everyone who has to do them, make another dexterity saving throw as the shell lurches again. And Archie, you can make a perception check as well.
On 18 for the saving throw.
Okay. Yeah.
14 for my saving throw.
You are prone.
Okay.
And 14 for perception.
Okay. Yeah. You catch a glimpse of something, but your mind isn't quite able to process the information. All right. Okay. The illusory Nira disappears, and Jinxie just kind of hops up and takes a seat on the rock and is just kind of watching you guys. It's like, seems like it's going pretty well. All right, that's her turn. It is the tree's turn. It is perplexed by what's happening in its belly, but it's going to express that rage by attacking Archie and Ket and the hand, respectively.
Okay.
So first, Archie, that's a 16.
Miss.
Okay, and then against Ket, it has advantage because you're prone.
Okay.
That one would have missed. And it still misses because that's still only a 15. Or does 15
All right.
have?
No, 15 misses.
Alright, and it attacks the hand.
Okay.
And that is a 15.
That misses.
Alright, doesn't have good luck this round. Alright. That's its turn. So Ket, you are up.
Alright, I will... Second verse, same as the first. I will hit it twice with the rapier and once with the hand.
Alright.
Alright, so 18 with the
18
rapier.
just hits, yeah.
Alright, so that's going to be 8 points of damage.
Alright. It's looking pretty bad.
And then that's going to be 19.
That hits.
And that's going to be 13 points of damage.
Ooh. That takes it down.
It takes it down.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice. You managed to get in this a strike that hits resistance and then pierces through to something, and you see all of a sudden its just eyes kind of just go glassy and it starts to just.
Sweet. Does a Lyric like spew out of it?
Well, I think still the half of this portable hole is like flapping out of its belly.
Okay. Then bonus action, I will move the hand over and punch the centaur.
All right. It makes an attack with disadvantage
Disadvantage? Okay.
because he's in patient defense.
Okay. 17 with disadvantage.
17 hits.
17 hits. All right. So
So-
that is going.
Here's something I want to just briefly offer to you,
Okay.
because it is a melee attack with a non-edged weapon. Interested in non-lethal or no?
Yeah, I'm interested in non-lethal.
All right.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll the damage.
20 points of damage.
All right. So as this hand
Uppercut.
just, you see he just kind of goes all fuzzy. That is not good. All right. So and he flops to the ground, unconscious, but still breathing.
Okay.
And we are out of. Well, okay, technically not, because something's still happening.
Is
So,
the portal still open? The portal is still open?
Well, so you guys never really saw a portal. It was described that you should go over to the tree, but you didn't see any obvious portal.
Okay. So are we still in combat? Initiative order?
Yes, for reasons that are maybe not clear to you guys yet.
Okay.
You have dealt with all of the enemies that you are currently aware of, except, of course, the one you're standing on.
Now she said there was, like, she basically insinuated that we were supposed to go to the Feywild,
Yeah.
so can I use Detect Portal?
Yep.
Okay. I would
So
like
is that
to do
is
that.
that an action, or is it take longer?
It just says once per short rest. Yeah, it's an action.
Okay, yeah. So technically we just had Ket's turn. So let's let everyone get their shot first. But Alaric, what are you doing? You, I think, can see through the opening of the hole because you're not you're not like rocked around by momentum inside it because it's a pocket dimension. But you can see the view on the hole sort of lurching around, and it's like half of it's dark and half of it's sort of in a weird oscillating view.
Is the part that I can see sky through big enough for me to crawl out of?
Yes.
Okay, then I will proceed to crawl out of the body of the tree,
All right.
loop behind, and flap, 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 pick up my hole.
All right. You are able to do that.
Dust
So you
myself
are
off.
able to emerge and see this tree creature is dead.
As a bonus, give it a small kick.
Eh.
Spiteful.
It shifts slightly. All right. Razorhoof is unconscious. Well, actually, I think when we specify non-lethal, we'll just say he's stable but unconscious. All right. So Archie, it would be your turn next.
First thing that came to mind, I'm gonna head towards the centaur to hog time.
All right, so I will let you get
Crap,
started on that with,
Right.
let's call it a, let's start with an intelligence check to figure out what's the appropriate way to hog tie a centaur.
5.
It's a pickle.
There's
Like,
so
how
many.
yeah, it's a lot. It's extra limbs. They're farther apart. They're shaped different. It's a conundrum. All right. You're working on figuring that out. Okay, so Cadence, it's your turn now, and you're gonna use your action to sense a portal. Correct? All right.
Yes.
You do sense one. There is, in fact, buried under that tree, a portal to the Feywild.
It's under the tree.
Yeah, the tree is kind of like half uprooted, and the dirt has sort of fallen around it, but you sense that it is under that.
Okay.
So basically, it's right here, but you just kind of have to dig up a little bit of dirt to get to it.
All right. I will start walking towards it.
All right. All right. So, at this point, the enormous spirit that you've been walking on doesn't lurch in the same way. you hear instead it makes sort of a roaring sound, like, and it's this rumble that sort of fills the sky, and then you feel it take a step with a shudder.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
All right. That makes it Jinxie's turn, and she's like, "Uh-oh." All right, the tree's done. All right, so
You know any knot stinks?
yeah. So how about this? Instead of staying in initiative order, we'll just say you do what you guys are going to do.
Okay, I will let everybody know that there's a portal under the tree.
You guys can close portals, right? You said you got those things in your hands that you can close portals with?
Is that working,
Well-
in Anarchy?
Yeah, Otterkey, you have not felt the sort of pulse in your little fragment that you have felt on the other fissures. Like you've not
Yeah.
felt that sort of thing.
It only works on specific kinds, and this is some fey magic.
Oh, maybe we can throw some more dirt on it. I don't know.
Maybe we could throw the centaur in it,
Hmm.
and
What?
once he's back in the Feywild, maybe it will close. Like maybe he was holding it open or something.
I mean, we could. I mean, we could try. We could
Where's the
drag
little
him. We could drag him.
Try to.
Note to Starla in the chat: Nira is not present.
We could drag him. We could drag him into the portal. I could minor illusion this stolen moment and throw it into the portal. I don't know.
You
We
feel
gotta stop the turtle, too,
this
if we
thing
can.
preparing to make another step. It's starting to shift again.
Oh crap! What if I?
It seems to be turning a little bit.
Yeah. I think maybe
Is-
it's.
Horizon or anything recognizable for landmarks from where
I
we
think
are?
from where you are, you can't really see down to the city. You know, you're high enough up, but the shell is broad enough that you're
What
not.
about the mountains? Because they were in a particular
Yeah.
direction.
Well, so it has only just started to turn, but you can definitely tell that it seems like it is changing direction some. It's not just taking another step forward the way it did before.
Oh wait.
I could maybe dispel it.
I was just gonna say, portals are magical, right? So we can dispel the magic, maybe.
It's worth trying. What are we going to do? Do it quick.
You do it, Archie.
All right. I will cast a spell magic.
Try
Third
first, and
level.
if that doesn't work,
So
I will
you're
try.
casting it as the spell on the portal. Is that correct?
Correct. Yeah.
Um,
Each spell of
alright.
4th level or higher.
yeah. So I think you do need to roll for it. So you're making an
Ability check
Arcana.
using your spell
Or-
casting ability.
Okay. Yeah. So go ahead and make that roll.
DC equals 10 plus the spell's level.
Yeah. So just roll and I'll tell you if it succeeds or not.
And my spell cast Maud. 12.
Yeah. You first of all, you guys still don't actually see it. You kind of been told it's there. I think your sense of it, Cadence, is that it kind of flickers but does not go away.
Okay.
Did
It's
that
still
work?
there.
Oh no, I guess. Okay, let me.
Like it
It wasn't my best effort, though.
wanted to close, but it didn't quite do it.
Okay, I will. I will try it then. Okay, I assume this is higher than a 4th level spell, so that's why we're rolling. Okay, I will cast. Oh my god. Okay, I will cast the spell at 6th level.
Okay.
So if I cast it at 6th level, when you cast a spell using a spell slot of 4th level or higher, you automatically end the effects of a spell on the target if the spell's level is equal to or lesser than the level of the spell slot you use. So is it equal to or lesser than 6th level?
No.
Oh, okay. So then I still have to roll for it.
Yeah. And does it adjust the DC if you do it at a higher level?
I know, it just says the DC equals
Right,
14
yeah.
plus
No,
the spell's level.
it's still higher than that.
Okay, so I use my make an ability check using your spellcasting ability. Okay, so my spellcasting ability. What the hell's my spellcasting?
Charisma.
Oh, my modifier. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, so 18.
It closes.
Yes.
You feel it collapse like a popped soap bubble.
Nice.
All right, the portal is gone.
It is?
All right.
That worked?
Worked.
The
You know any knots?
beneath you, the spirit continues to kind of turn. It's made about a 30-degree turn by this point, and it takes another step.
So is it turning back toward the way it should be going?
It's only turned about 30 degrees so far, so it's hard to know exactly what it's
Okay.
fully intending to do, but you had noticed before that it was going in a straight line through the city.
I'm
So
going to
this
run
is
over
still new. You're going to run over to...
where its head is.
Okay.
Do I know which way that is?
Yeah.
Okay. I've got the boots fully activated, too.
Okay. You're running over in that direction, and I think as you start to get close to where its head is, you see, first of all, that its head is kind of leaned way over in the direction that it's turning, like it's sort of just looking ahead of where it's turning. And it's like the way its head is moving seems a bit more purposeful than it was before.
Does it seem agitated or afraid or... I
No,
even know
it
that.
seems just like it's got a plan now instead of just standing there staring into space.
Okay. Do I see its head?
You see, like, the top of its head, this, big sort of, like, as you're standing, like, at the edge of the shell, it's extending a good, like, 40 feet out in front of you, like 20 feet wide.
Well, that's the weirdest mountain I've ever climbed, but let's go to the head.
All right.
I will follow you, Alaric.
The rest of you following along?
Yeah.
I'm still trying to tie up this centaur.
All right. I will say if you're just going to give yourself some time to do it, then you eventually work it out. You don't have to make a check for it. All right. So as you are all watching, Alaric, using the boots, has kind of stepped out onto its head, and it's still continuing to turn in the same direction, and it's taken another step.
I mean, if you want, now I could try and cast polymorph on it to put it into a little bunny or something, but we'd fall.
Yeah. I don't think that's a good idea. We're up pretty high.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I
Can
think we would
anybody
land on it.
Stomp around, make it float or something. Yell back over my head.
Can we make it what?
Can you make it fly or float or hover or something?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't think so. I can. No.
And I'm kind of
No.
looking for anything that might be something like an ear.
All right. Yeah.
You turtle guy. It's not my best.
Okay.
Can I? Okay, I'm going to. I don't know if this will work.
It
but
does
what the hell.
not noticeably respond to you, Alaric.
I think so.
I will.
Kind of
Oh wait,
now.
let me see if I can do that. I don't know if I can do that. All right, I will cast Minor Illusion.
Okay.
I will Minor Illusion the insect woman that we
All right.
saw, and I will just move that. I will see if the turtle reacts to that, and see if I can get it to follow it.
Okay. So where are you putting it? Like right in front of one of its
Yeah,
eyes?
I'm putting
or-
it just above eye level, sort of 10 feet out
I'm
from its
gonna,
eye level.
I'm gonna put us back on the other map.
Okay.
Alright. So. Alright. So you guys are. So it's kind of started turning.
Okay.
So it's It looks weird on this on this map to just have it like, but yeah. So it's turning, and so you've made that shape and put it sort of like where it would catch its eye.
Yeah.
And it does seem to pause for a moment and just kind of look at it, and then start to take another step again.
I think it's turning around to go back the way it came.
To follow
not-
its natural path.
I mean, it's not walking into the city anymore, so that's
Yeah.
good.
That's
Yeah, make a anyone who wants to can make a perception check here.
Okay.
14.
22.
Right. Yeah, Ket, I think you can tell that generally speaking, it does seem to be kind of just turning in a circle in one spot as opposed to doing like a big arc.
Mhm.
But it's also, I mean, it's still clearly doing damage with every step it takes.
Right. Well, I mean, I don't think there's anything we can really do about that.
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
start
it looks-
shouting to see if I can get its attention. Hey, big guy, turtle, look, I know you want to go home, but you don't have to destroy everything around you. I've got a friend back home who would like to meet you, but I'll only give you a connection if you're nice and soft when you step. In the name of Haraz, I beg you, walk softly.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Right. I wish I'd held on to that inspiration.
I can inspire you.
Too late.
Yeah, it's really-
That is a straight up 10.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to respond.
They never bother. They never buy that. You know it didn't either.
I mean, if you want, I mean, we could slide down its leg and get off of it, and then I could polymorph it, and we could take it out of harm's way.
I'm gonna walk so that I'm actually walking around by its eye.
Okay.
Leave directly. It can't. It
Don't
can't.
stab it in
You
the
see,
eye.
its eye looks like it's like made of volcanic glass. Like all of its form is sort of rocky, but it does have sort of an eye. And as you stand there, the eye does sort of rotate briefly to look at you, and then turn back to where it was looking.
Man, it's short attention span.
Oh! I will.
oh, yeah.
I will cast message on the turtle,
Okay.
Oh,
and I will point my finger at it, and I whisper to the turtle, "Please walk softly out of the city."
Make a. No, I'm sorry. I don't think it. You don't get any response, and it doesn't seem to have any effect.
Okay.
I will say to all of you, having observed this thing for a while, it doesn't seem smart.
Okay.
It seems like a giant turtle with about that level of awareness.
Maybe we should get down and you could make it small.
I can try. Let's get off of this thing.
What do we do with Horse Boy?
Well, I would imagine you left him tied up back where he was, unless.
Oh no, I was saying, what do we do with Horse
yeah,
Boy?
I see.
Oh,
Well, I mean, he would just fall really far.
yeah, he'll be dead.
And he would
Just leave
probably
him.
die.
Yeah, if we don't care about questioning him. All
Do
right.
we want to question him? Do we want to know what he knows?
I mean, if you want to take him, you can take him. I mean,
It's just going to be hard to
Just
get
a
him down.
mercenary. You know what we.
I think Jinxie kind of just says, I can think of all sorts of fun things to do with a prisoner.
you want to take him, Jinxie?
Well, I'm
You-
not going to carry him, but
What exactly do you do? Because it's apparent to me you do nothing.
I
You
did
just
that.
sat there.
I did that
You
Nira
just sat there while
illusion,
we
you
were
saw that.
fighting. You turned into Nira and brought the people towards us. You. Never mind. Let's just get off of this damn thing.
She shrugs. All right.
if everybody wants to get off
So-
at the same time, it's I can help with that.
I'll search the centaur guy. See if he had anything on him.
You get a good sense that his quarterstaff is magical.
Okay.
Otherwise, in his saddlebags, you find 2 more full bottles of wine with a really weird label that you can't read.
Can I search the fairy?
I think you're going to have to search for her because her body disappeared into the tall grass.
turned away.
Oh, that's right.
There's a little bit over here, a little bit over there, and somewhere
Yeah.
there.
You can make a search for her though if you want.
Can I?
Yeah.
I
make a
will.
perception check.
Anybody want to search the tree? Grab for its nuts?
Yeah.
She-
Well, yeah, let her do her thing.
20 not natural.
Yeah, I'd say you find her. She has a strange little pouch. It looks like it's made of leaves. It's not very big, and it appears to have a walnut in it.
Now
I'll
we
take
know where
it.
the tree came from.
I'll take it.
Maybe we can grow another tree and use it to our advantage with that walnut.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I'll take the staff and slit his throat.
Take
All
the
right.
line.
Do
I'll
you
pick-
take your rope back afterwards?
Nah, I'll buy more rope.
All right. Seems like a lot of trouble. You just
Yeah,
leave all that rope.
yeah.
All right.
That's cheap.
You end the unconscious existence of Razorhoof, but you now have a magical Staff of Striking. I don't think it requires attunement. Yeah, so you can find that in the equipment thing. Technically, you okay? What you know in character is that it seems magical. That's really all
Right.
you know about it.
That's a cool staff.
All right, are we ready to get off this thing's back?
Let's get off.
Yes, let's get off.
Okay, on three, everybody jump.
Oh,
Oh,
Jinxie's like,
oh,
wait, what?
All right.
What?
I
You
trust you. I trust you.
yeah, sure,
Ah.
okay. I mean, I have
Are we
feline.
wait, okay,
ability.
let's be
One,
really clear. Are we jumping like up in the air? We're jumping off the
two,
edge? What's going on here?
Off the
Three.
edge.
I jump off the edge.
All right,
Wait,
Okay.
sure. Why
life's
not?
an adventure.
Featherfall.
All right.
As long
So
as
everybody suddenly starts going. Whoop, 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 whoop. As Featherfall catches you.
All right. Do you include Jinxie? Technically,
Yes.
you don't need to, but okay,
I
good.
was counting. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Oh, hey, I have that too. I have the ring of featherfall.
Oh,
All right.
so you did.
Yours
Yeah.
gets
So
in the
you
net.
guys drift to the ground, and as you are now on the ground, you see it about to take another big step.
I cast polymorph.
Okay.
I will try and What should I will try
What's
and
its
polymorph.
saving
Into
throw?
a bunny.
It's got to make a wisdom
Something
saving
we can
throw.
carry out of the
Alright.
city.
Make him a bunny.
a little box turtle.
All right.
Let's see if he makes this save first.
It gets a 21.
Oh my god. Never mind.
Is it happening? Is it working? It doesn't look any different.
Is he just stepping on things he already crushed?
So it's sending out a new shockwave every time. So he's not like crossing new territory, but the buildings that were already unstable are jostled further, and so it's definitely doing additional damage. Also, when you're now on the ground and you all it steps, I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw.
14 for me.
19.
12.
17.
You all fail.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right.
And you're going to
At least it's not spitting rocks at us anymore.
yeah, so basically oh wait, no, this is oh sorry, I misread that. So technically you guys are all knocked prone and you find that the ground around you is difficult terrain. And you see just not too far away the remains of a brick building just crumble, and you get the sense that had you been closer to that, you would have perhaps taken damage as the rubble fell on you.
Yikes.
How much more of the city does it have to move through? Can we tell from here?
So at this rate, it's going to be doing this for another 45 minutes for sure.
I hate to say it. There's like nothing we can do. We can't stop this thing.
No.
I think we need to get out of the city before we're caught in the crush.
Yeah, I think we need to go.
At least to leave the city and not stomp through the rest of it. At least that's what's looking like it's doing.
Yeah.
We never did get any chicken.
No, we didn't. We didn't even get our supplies that we came here for. I got a ring of free action that I'm attuned to, so I'm not affected by difficult terrain. Just FYI, yeah.
I think Cadence has some feature that's like that too, don't you? You're not.
I think it's only in like terrains that are my favorite.
Yeah, your favorite terrain.
You mean Crumbled City is not your favorite terrain?
Yeah, that's not in my list.
All right, so as this thing, if you're kind of just standing back to watch, it does appear after a little while that once it has kind of turned around more or less just 180 degrees, like more or less in its spot, but still kind of covering a little bit, it does seem to now be very slowly walking back the way it came.
I do have that. It's land stride.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Non-magical difficult terrain.
As we're walking back away from...
every time it takes a step, you guys all are knocked off on your butts again. You would literally have to get you'd have to beat a DC 25. Yeah.
Maybe we should just crawl, you guys.
But if you're staying away from any structures right now, then you're not going to have rubble falling on you. No one is going to be able to concentrate on a spell right now. As long as you're within 120 feet of it is when you're sort of shaken off your feet by this shock.
Can we still do spells if they're not concentration?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I just mean that every time it takes a step, it would break your concentration if you're within 120 feet of it.
Gotcha. Archie, you that's a funky staff you got there. You want to know what it does?
Sure.
I'll cast Identify on the staff.
Okay.
So we know what it is.
Yeah, so it is a Staff of Striking, which is a +3 quarterstaff, and can do a couple of other things too, which I can pull up in a moment if you want. So I had it up a second ago. Yeah, so it's a +3 to attacks and damage rolls made with it. It has 10 charges, and when you hit with a melee attack, you can expend up to 3 of its charges. For each charge, the target takes an extra 1d6 force damage.
Wow.
Nice. Do you use staves? Staffs? Staves?
Do I use staffs? No, I'm not very good with the staff. Does Nira use staffs at all? Maybe we could give it to her. Oh, does Nira use staffs at all?
She
likes to use a hammer.
Well, let's just take it back with us.
We'll figure it out. We'll hold on to it for now. Put it in the bag of holding.
Yeah. We're probably going to have to get scarce. I don't know if that suggestion that the fairy made to everybody still holds, but at the very least, they're probably not going to be happy to see us.
No,
are we still disguised?
We are still disguised, as a matter of fact, yeah.
Alaric and Ket, you do still have that music kind of running in the back of your head, though.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Still here. Yeah, that song.
Yeah, that one, you know.
Stop singing.
I'm gonna have to write a song to that before this is all said and done.
All right, so I think if you guys are just sort of watching as the spirit returns from whence it came, we will then draw that to a close. And sure enough, over time, the spirit does go back where it came from. It slowly marches out of the city, and there is a fair amount of additional damage done as it passes, but at the very least it does not seem to be stepping over any new territory, and it eventually leaves the borders of the city and heads out deeper into the Golden Plains.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah, we did it.
Yay! All right.
Let's go.
Did we rob like an overturned apple cart on our way out?
Well,
That's
we
what I
will
was
find
gonna
out
say,
what
yeah.
you do when we return next time. So thanks, everybody. Starla asks if you got Archie's armor.
We'll get it on the way out.
Yeah.
We don't even know if that building still exists.
Or if he's had time to finish working on it,
Yes.
given all that's
Right.
going on.
We'll find
Yeah.
out next week.
Well, we'll find out. So, in the meantime, thank you everybody for watching and listening, and of course, you guys for playing. And we'll be back next week for more adventure on so many
So
levels.
many
Levels.